Oh, it's
Hello!
Hello!
Oh shit, are you
Oh,
okay?
goodness. Yeah.
Just woke up, boys.
Yeah, why not? My voice has kind of just been like this for like the whole holiday, and it's just you guys only see me when it's like halfway through the day-ish, and like I can kind of get a grasp on it, or like this is just how I live now. Welcome to
Sarah, you sound croakier than usual. Are you okay? Would you like a mint?
There's more gruff.
Would you like a lozenge?
okay.
Oh, we don't have on hear us. Then say something.
If the echo gets bad, I'll let my phone charge up and we'll listen in. Sort of.
There should be an echo on our end. I never heard.
I mean, I heard myself again.
Is it coming through us?
Someone else.
You can find out, but right now there's no echo, at least.
Name and shame.
Hello.
Hello.
It is echoing slightly through Aylin's and slightly through Emma's.
Haha,
Okay, I think I know why. But okay, is it going now?
Yes.
Should be good.
No echo.
I don't hear an echo from Aylin's end.
Okay.
Hello.
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 Part of it is my headphones a little bit. I figured out.
I think it's okay.
Oh wait, hang on. I can do a thing. Yeah.
It sounds the same.
Hey,
Oh,
hey Anna.
It'll sound the same for y'all, but what it does is there's a audio deafening thing or sound deafening feature on my headphones.
Active sound cancellation. So
Yeah.
Whoa,
So it should keep the echo away.
a sound cancellation a day.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes the only issue is like if it's so loud in your own headphones that your microphone, if it's close enough, still picks it up. I think that's like where it would come from. I would guess, but I have no idea if that's actually what's happening.
Yeah.
That's right. Space.
Hey Anna, I heard it's a special day today.
Is it? I don't know, guys.
I heard that it's a special day, and so I made you a little something. So I'll send it to the chat. Hang on. How do I use this thing that I'm holding in my hand?
You should feel extra special.
Can I escape the thing? Escape the
You can't escape. No.
Oh.
This is a. How do I do this?
If you post it in Discord, I can pop it up on this stream.
I've got it,
I mean, not on the stream, on the video recording.
Oh my
It's
God.
going to go in the art channel. Posting. Posted.
Let's see.
I think.
Disappointment crew.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's sideways. Sorry, I should have spun it around.
I mean, if you twist your head, this is so cool. Oh my god.
That's the little pin. That's a pin little flower. Oh my god! Thank you. Oh, holy shit! Oh, I love her. Oh, thank you, Emma.
You're welcome. The sword is like a sphinx. Get it? Because it's got a claw and it's like wings. Ah!
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also, since I set my wishes before the recording started, I would, for the record, say happy birthday, Anna.
Thank you.
Much love from Victoria. Oh.
Oh,
Happy the birthday.
everywhere is on fire. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Are you guys all okay?
Yeah.
That's freaky.
It's a lot of smoke.
God.
Yeah.
But it did rain today here, so I think we're okay for a little bit.
I think we've got rain coming.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go get a quick glass of water because my throat hurts. Back.
Alright,
Yes.
all good. My manager wants me to come in tomorrow.
No, Thomas.
Resist.
Hmm.
Resist.
Hmm.
Rage against the machine.
Rage against the machine.
You need a break.
What's a
All your
song?
Snapchats are like work. Do something.
Hey, half of them are like morning and night.
Yeah, morning.
I like work. Work is fun.
Go to the park. Go for a stroll.
I thought there was.
Enjoy your day off.
I'm gonna reply to this later. I'm gonna contemplate this in the background.
Like
Not
ocean.
yet decided.
Like ocean letter.
Oh no.
Ah.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you want me to send you Ursha's letter in like the support group or anything, I can do that later. If you'd like to have a read. Also, it appears in Aylin's notes if anybody wants to have a look at it there. I don't mind if anybody
I was
looks at it.
about to say that it's in the notes because yeah, I did that.
Is it like whited out like the other secret ones? Or
Nah, it's not secret.
Oh, hang on. No, it should be regular, normal in the summary dealio.
There's nothing like super secrety. There's just some problematic
Oh,
language
it does
in
show
there.
up. Cool.
Problematic.
Sorry, I hadn't seen it what it
Yeah.
looked like in the Microsoft document.
Some of the stuff she wrote, most of it, like the first few paragraphs, it's like, okay, I understand, we were both kind of in the wrong, we reacted to it badly, but then she says a few things that are just like, I don't know about that sentence, fam, dude. This
What did
ain't
she
cheap. I'll send you the thing.
Read it.
What's up?
We're talking about Osha's letter.
nothing? No.
Yeah.
No, I want to hear. Tell me.
I haven't said anything yet, but I was gonna say like Neff's feelings regarding that kind of, even though it's like not that anybody would specifically know unless you're inside checking or anything like that, but most of it is like, yeah, understandable. Made a lot of mistakes and blunders and stuff, but man, is this relationship really built on the rockiest, crumbling foundation ever.
You did get
And there's
married
like a couple sentences in there that like really got to Neff, which is why she ended up burning that note.
Which did? Which lesson? Which bit? Tell me which bit. I want to know.
Specifically the part, and I can kind of explain. I think you talked to Aylin briefly about this at one point, but
I'm
the
looking at the letter.
the part where Osha writes, "I have decided that I will remain your wife for the sake of our country to protect you," blah 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 blah. But please, I need time later. It's like, that's not how marriage works, man. You can't just decide to remain my wife. That sounds.
Thomas, you can't pretend it's a traditional marriage based on a foundation of love because you guys didn't know each other.
Like,
You have to get married and then fall in love.
it just,
So-
I don't know. It's like in character, out of character. This is fun. This is some fun content. I don't know how I'm gonna use this. It's gonna be good, but in character, like that really rubs her the wrong way, I think. And the fact that like she has like the goal to contact Neff in this way and not leave any sort of like response. It's like,
She has the gall.
the goal.
Not coming from
She
Thomas.
has the gallbladder.
Oof.
Because she could send like a whole letter, but like I have no way of like, I don't know where she is. I don't even know how she knows where we are, but I have like no way of contacting her, and she's very much like approaching this in an extremely one-sided way, and like will not let Neff apologize properly, which is like also really bothering. But that's like Neff's kind of view on the matter. So, but that's just the part that she takes issue with. Obviously, like the majority of it is like, she feels sorry for that. But she hasn't had a chance to apologize for any of that because she just ran away and didn't want to talk to Neff ever again except via letter. So, Neff is conflicted and not having fun and doesn't really know if she wants to remain Osha's wife, if you know what I mean.
Relationship drama.
So,
I think it makes it's one of those things where like there was no way you could know what she was really like
Yeah.
going to be like in a relationship because you hadn't even been in a relationship before you guys got married in the
Kind
game. And like
yeah.
it's one of those things you've got to figure out. If you want, you have to decide whether it's worth putting the effort to figure out like her and what she's about, or if it's just going to be something where
Yeah.
this isn't what you want and you can just leave it behind. But,
Yeah. It's kind of like
and you
it's
also have a country to think about.
True.
So who knows what that
yeah.
means?
Like the two-prong thing. I mean, one major part of it is like part of Neff's, specifically Neff's major character development is that she didn't originally communicate very well with the group, and that's kind of what led to a lot of our conundrums in the first place, where she kind of just did stuff and didn't really tell everybody what she was thinking or how she was going about things, and she kind of learnt over the course of our however many 55 sessions today, that communication is like key.
I'm coming for you, Critical Role.
So
I'm coming for you. I'll get to
yeah,
100.
now that she's on the other end of it, she really sees like the problem with it. But yeah,
Character development.
I'd like to point out Emma. I got a gift from Lily.
Pretty.
Where did that fall?
Lily, why? What have you done, Lily?
All the children together, not falling on the ground.
Right,
Cute.
let's do this thing, dudes.
And I brought my D20s from home.
Good.
You need multiple D20s.
Yeah, I cycled through them.
Okay. Guys, let's do this thing. So can we please all roll for recaps?
Also, my first roll on this was a 1.
Stunning.
Okay, hold on.
16! That was weird.
I got a 10.
Closest to 19 we're getting.
In my mom's office.
I'm a 10.
Aylin, what did you get?
Oh, I got a 10.
Okay. Oh. I didn't like that. Okay, can Anna and Lily do a roll off?
Anna. Okay. Yeah?
Does your shirt say pause? Oh my goodness.
I got a 19 and I got a 9.
Okay, Lily, it is your recap time.
Anna, can I borrow your notes?
The snow cap.
You'll spice it up.
Never-ending saga.
We can-
Change them up so it doesn't look the same.
I didn't record
That's okay, that's okay.
the best.
Let's go. The ice cap incoming.
So, we start off session 54 by... Wait, is this session?
55 was the last one.
55. Wrong session, Anna.
No, wait. Oh no, sorry. I think it starts here.
Thank you.
We
We start session 55 with... What is... Bran investigating Brian via a conversation. Letter for Neth from OSHA.
instigates.
Instigates. Can't reach the right. This is gonna go fine. Don't worry. Right, I can't read that, so I'm just gonna do the stuff I can read. Talia. Talia sends a group of people the next morning to take the Winterbrands into protective custody and summons us to the royal court. Neth unstealthily burns her letter from OSHA. There is a slow march to the Sealy court, past officers and courtrooms to the meeting chamber in lower levels. We have a conversation outside the courtroom about who can't present evidence and prosecute, i.e. us and Lysander.
Oh shit! Did I do it again? Oh my god! I did it again!
Lysander.
Oh my! I'm so sorry.
For a very brief moment, I was thinking like, wait a minute, did I miss something that session? I don't remember. Oh.
Emma's lost the...
So sorry. This is deeply ingrained in me.
It's like Karoo.
Kadoon.
Man.
What was it? How did you spell
We've got all these great characters. We've got Karul, Jarul, Lysander. We've got everybody.
Okay, Goathead thanks us for our service in finding Karul. We are sent outside to gather ourselves to make a character statement that is... I don't know what that means. Bluey is first in, and she gives her statement, and the scale dips to the side of the flower. Neff goes next. I think she also tips to the flower. Slia also tips to the flower. Brian tips all the way to the flower. Loran gives his statement, and we don't know where it tips to, but it was pretty great.
Oh. Hang on, let me check my notes. It stayed the same. There was no change. Even though his dad was in the room, does that mean it counterbalanced everyone else? Or does that mean he didn't give a shit? Who knows?
Brian speaks to Talia, and they are allowed to see the Winterbrands. And Talia admits that she is nervous about the Drow, who are sending a delegation of 12. We go and visit Marlena and Merlin, and they tell us that they died on the last day that they saw us. We put the tears on... Oh, Marlena put the tears on hold to help with the, religious organizations.
Broadening minds.
Broadening the minds of the religious organizations.
Yeah.
The teleportation circle.
Anna, these notes are not legible.
Sorry.
No, I can do it. I can do it. Shush, go away.
Is this from your karate days?
I have a very firm grip.
Ooh.
Take some piercing damage. Jesus.
I have pointy thumbs. You know what? They get killed. And they get killed and their heads get put on spikes and we rescue them and now they are resting in the place where Talia put them because it's more comfortable. And then we all decide to leave and we'll be summoned back later for more court stuff. And I think Brian and Loran went on a date and everyone else was exploring tourism. The end.
Yeah. Yay!
Yay.
My favorite part of D&D, tourism. Good. Okay.
Thanks, Jana.
All right.
I just make people feel bad. I'm sorry.
No. It's good. I understand how bizarre it is to be just trying to do downtime fun stuff tourism in the middle of this extremely horrific trial. So
Yay.
This is session 56.
Trying to force the characters to do downtime when they sorely need it, but they're also like workaholics.
Wait, guys, I need to show you my red dahlias.
Cute.
wow, red
Those are really
dahlias.
nice.
They're so red, Lily,
So red.
and then so Dali.
I was very excited about
Sorry, that sounded really shitty. No, they're cute.
That wasn't even a pun.
it. See, when Thomas is
No,
like,
I just sounded shitty. I don't know why. All right. How do I play Dungeons and Dragons again? Oh yeah, I tell you what to do. Okay. So, as you all make your way out of the residence of the Attorney General, where you were speaking with Marlena and Merlin, back into the, I believe it's the southern cluster of the upper city, you find yourselves with downtime. You haven't yet been summoned to go back to the court. You know that it's probably going to take some time before Thomas, I think I have an idea of what you might want to do. Just subtly through telepathy. You find yourself with some downtime, and you can choose to do with this time what you wish. So, what does everybody want to do with their free time in Viseros?
I want to
You don't
train.
necessarily have an idea of you don't necessarily have an idea of how long, but you weren't given necessarily a deadline either, so you can just spend as much time as you like.
Okay.
I want to hone
Sorry,
my
Thomas.
moves. Also, actually, I have a general sort of question regarding this that I've kind of forgotten to ask.
Sure.
Hypothetically, with the time skip coming up at some point in the future, if I say wanted to take this dojo thing seriously and take a level in like some sort of fighting class, what would that be? Would that be like a monk or a barbarian or a fighter?
It
How
would be a monk.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, it's so funny that you mentioned time skips. It's almost as if I'm gearing. Yes, you would. Well, we can have this conversation now if you like, considering the time skip. The time skip would mean about 6 months, I'm thinking, in game, where you can all do whatever avenues, activities, skills, mysteries you want to, which you think might be pertinent to your character. And I know what I've been sort of seeing is more and more people want to sort of develop skills outside of their classes. Like All Star wanted to do alchemy, and Bluey wants to try and learn magic. And so I've been thinking this might be a good time for you guys to actually all go to Hogwarts. Well, I've been thinking this might actually be a good time for all of you to be able to pursue those and actually get sort of a level out of them. And I'm thinking because it's like grassroots from the grounds up, if you wanted to do a new skill like a monk level or an alchemy level or whatever that might turn up being, it's going to take a little bit longer, but you'll have however long that takes, depending on like your roles and things, because we'll do a separate session where I just speak to each of you. And then you can pursue whatever you want to outside of that as well. For example, finishing up the tome and getting your debt written off. or working out your marriage problems.
I can't. She's
So
gone,
yeah,
and I can't
basically
contact her by anything other than sending her. I really want to.
And I have, because I know that's a big ask, like not everyone's thought about that. I mean, this is a bit of a looking forward or like a reflection thing. Been sort of low-key dropping hints, if you couldn't tell, of things you might be able to do in this time skip for each of you. And there is one more coming today for somebody who hasn't had one yet. And I wonder who that is. I'm looking at them in my screen, but I realise you can't actually see where I'm looking.
Is it Sarazar? Sarazar, are you getting something interesting out of this time skip?
Sarazar is not with
I'm
you.
just looking at herself.
Yeah, boy. I'm looking at me. Okay. So you have this downtime. All right, let's start with Neff then, seeing you know what to do. All-Star and Bran have gone off. The rest of you are
All-Star, Loran,
outside.
and Bran.
All-Star, Bran Flakes have left the building.
Bran, Flake, and Brian. The trio of chaos.
Bluey, Neff, Slya, you are outside. And Neff, you want to go back to the 5 spies. You can certainly do this. So,
Sure. If we,
This time
do
would
I
you
know
like
how
to
much
walk
time we
there?
have, by the way? Because I don't want to just be like, oh, okay, I'm not needed anymore, see ya, and just leave.
you weren't necessarily given a deadline. From the tone and from the knowledge of bureaucracy that you have, this sort of thing takes a little while. So you might have a day or so.
Okay, well, if I know that in that case, with my passive wisdom, then yeah, I'll kind of inform the others. I'll be like, hey, if we have a little bit of downtime, I might go back and hone my fighting skills at the dojo. Unless there's something imminent that we need to take care of.
Hey, so Neff, when you were in Melas, you said it was taken over by the Temple of Tiamat.
Well, I didn't personally say that, but I can vouch for what Sarazar said.
Sarazar said that. Okay. What did you think of it?
It seemed overwhelmingly enthusiastic, although I haven't been there very much, so I can't vouch for it much aside from that. It's a beautiful place and a marvelous town. It was a sight to see and a sight to behold, but the people seem very energetic. Almost drainingly so, if you can kind of imagine what that would be like. What was it like when you were there last?
Well, I mean, I think I originally thought I wanted to get away from there to avoid having to think about how I feel about a certain someone, but
Ooh, a certain
This is-
someone. This is exciting.
but
Hi, Brian.
but now that I'm sort of thinking about what's happened there and yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, when you know, our hometown. Oh, no, maybe you don't, because memory. Sorry. Well, hometowns, they're like, you know, they're all right, and but when I guess you think differently about them when other people sort of are able to see what you can't. I don't know. I'm thinking about that.
I mean, that might certainly be true, but you have to keep in mind, Sarazar and I were only there for a very brief period of time, so I'm not exactly sure how much of a representative data sample we've gotten from our short time there. So maybe, I mean, if that's something on your mind, then maybe it would be worth visiting at some point in the next 6 months or so, if there's any downtime. But
I'm not going to be serious without us. We as a squad.
But I did only interact with a few individuals there. I didn't get much of a chance to see anything aside from the general scenery and the specific single teleportation circle that we ended up traveling through.
Did the kids seem alright?
I didn't get it. Okay, did I observe any kids? I just saw kids being like jovial
You
and
did.
greeting the.
You did see kids. They were very happy. You remember, because they were the kids who were like climbing the walls of the cliff, like trying to like get
Oh yeah, and I got freaked out. Like, is there a cliff? Are they near? Are they gonna
No,
fall?
it's not. It was like when I
Yeah.
say a cliff, it's like 2 meters high. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the cliff side is staggered because of the road
Yeah.
that's like carved into. And then you also saw that Clara had like a throng of children who just like all liked her, like recognized her and waved to her.
I mean, from how is that? It seems like an overall very nice place. It's just, I guess it was very. My short experience with it was very different to what I guess I'm sort of used to. I'm not used to being the second least charismatic person in the room, if you know what I mean.
And yeah, I mean, I'm not used to being that charismatic. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
At any time.
This dojo you want to go to, do you think they're like are they pretty good? I don't know.
It's really fun. Do you want to come along?
Maybe.
Bluey, let's do it.
Perhaps.
Mayhap.
Make sure you're all right.
I figured, well, I sort of... it was kind of an impulse issue, but I sort of, I guess, tested inadvertently the limits of my physical ability in the fight earlier. So I figured maybe learning to hold my own just a little bit more than my absolutely zero amount of experience would probably be for the best. And it seems like fun. As much as I almost, well, technically did die, sort of, during that fight, it was kind of fun. I enjoyed throwing fists and striking fear in the hearts of mortals.
I want to support you in. Well, you know, not anyone who doesn't deserve a, you know.
Bluey, maybe you could give me some pointers. You seem really good with your fists.
Bluey is very strong.
You are very strong. I wish to learn the ways.
That one is be strong. No, it's not. That's
I have failed miserably already.
No, wait, no. Sorry, I'm not very good. Like, no, it's okay. You can be intelligent with how you.
I have failed in multiple fronts. Okay. No, it's I jest, but I could certainly use some training in a few areas.
Right.
I have no martial intelligence as it is, let's say.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Sorry, that was
An understatement. She actually has negative intelligence.
Yeah.
You stayed alive for a long time. No.
I went down really fast in that fight.
Well, when she started to hit you,
Before
yes,
she got you were very alive.
it was quick. But yes,
Before it started, I think I was certainly in good spirits, but I think from the fights that I saw before me, I think I definitely came in first place for the quickest fight of the ball.
It took, I think, about 16 seconds.
Yeah.
I wish there was like a NPC who could. NPC, gotta invent one right now. Okay, as you're chatting.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Shall we start?
I'm cool.
Shall we head off to the place
Yeah,
and do the thing?
Slayer, what would you?
Oh, I needed to go have a word with Leander.
Okay.
Real quick, so.
Would you like us to wait or?
It's the same direction, so you guys know you'd be walking a little bit of the way.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be the only thing who's like, okay, well, goodbye, Slayer. Oh, you're going this way too? Oh, okay.
Also, for like a split second, my brain said Lysander, and then I went, no.
It's spreading!
Everyone's not happy.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Can this be like an NPC villain? Lysander pops out from the shadows. The evil twin, separated at birth.
Pokemon.
It was the Glash Lysander.
It was the Glash. I forgot that joke.
Don't give me ideas. This is still. Don't do this. No. Okay. So with
Rather lucky.
along with Courage is not with you, is he? He's with he's at the Courage and Shu are at the inn still.
Oh, yeah, and he can fly. Yes, okay.
Or are they at the temple of Sylvanus?
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant. Oh, that's on the way as well. You could go pick him up if you want to. Okay.
Cool. That's step 2,
so-
maybe.
Yes. So you with Neff and Bluey on their way to the Five Spires, All-Star and Brian on a date. All-Star and Brian.
He all stars into himself.
The
All-Star and Loran
The
on
actual
a date,
OTP.
and then Slya on her way to see Leander. You all make your way to your separate destinations. Let's start then with. Do we want to start with something fun and light, or do we want to go heavy? Let's go with fun and light. Let's go fun and light. Oh yeah, I will. I don't know what that means. I didn't set a parameter for this. All-Star and Loran. Loran pulls you away from. You don't know which one is it? Is it heavy or is it light? I won't tell you. All-Star and Loran. So All-Star, Loran pulls you away from the crowds across the top of the Artapor district, back to sort of the area around the station. I've got to plug in my computer, otherwise it's going to die. Good stuff. I should do this before I start my bloody games. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Around the Ashoran Strait Station, which you know is where the sort of magical menageries, cram schools are, and the teleportation centers to the material plane. And he stops you, and he says, "So I actually have no plan for this. What would you like to do?"
To be honest, Brian doesn't know the district very well, so he was wondering if like Loran had somewhere specific he wanted to go.
I have my friends here who could get us into some more interesting places if you want a bit of an adventure.
Interesting places.
Mm-hmm.
Do I
Fun,
want-
interesting, the good kind.
Do I want to know?
There's, for example, the circus. We have. Actually, I think you might like this one. There's a skating rink, the frozen lake, underground.
That does sound nice. Brian is like containing himself because he really likes ice skating, but he doesn't want to like push for something if Loran has something else he wants to do.
Loran can tell that you're holding back, and he's like, "Uh-huh." All-Star. I came into this with zero plan. I just needed to get away from. I think, and I think you did too. So, skating. Yes.
Yeah, that's...
Been a
I have
heavy
a plus
one.
11 to ice skating.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's so good.
Anyway, it would just be a general dex check plus your proficiency, but we've discussed this before. I think you wanted to have expertise in it, so it's your dex plus double your proficiency bonus. So that is 11, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's 11.
Yeah. Just wanted to check because it's a bit high, but that's fine. So, All-Star, you're from the ice desert. This is fine. So, off you go with Loran to your date. So Loran takes you. Actually, funnily enough, everyone is going in the same direction towards the Temple of Sylvanus. Towards the Temple of Sylvanus. You're way ahead of the others, so it's okay. Towards the Temple of Sylvanus, except where you went up towards sort of area where it looked as though that geode had crashed into the ground, forming the sort of body of the temple. He takes you to the left and to a mountainous path which leads towards what looks just like a sheer cliff face. And you're thinking, huh? This is a
Flashback
bit-
of being blasted off cliffs.
Yep. Do you remember those good times when I caught you on the magic carpet and we were like flying around and everything was on fire and you were wearing those hideous clothes?
Yes, I'm glad you.
Come
burned
on, they were hideous, you know. Mm. That was the start of something beautiful. I mean, if you are. He takes you towards the very, very edge of this path, and then he says, "We could do this the boring way or the fun way."
When do you ever do anything the boring way?
Yeah, fair point. And he kind of grasps your hand and he jumps off the edge.
Oh shit! Okay,
If you'll let him.
Brian will let him.
Okay. You get like halfway and you realize you're like getting very close to the ground, but you trust Loran. Do you trust Loran? You trust
Yeah,
Loran.
he was Brian. I don't know if I do, but Brian does.
And then pulls you into sort of like not like a hug, but like, you know, when like people are diving towards the ground and they go like head first and they're like, clutching each other like that. He's just looking at you like, ah, ha, ha, ha. And he sort of clicks a finger and all of a sudden you become light as a feather and you drift the rest of the way to the ground. And he pops you down. Yeah. He pops you down and you realize that this area that you've fallen into is actually a bit like a sort of stony valley in between the mountains. You're not in the area where you were before in the lower city of Viseros. You are in this valley which seems to go into the mountain and curve down. As you make your way, you see the remnants of pythons and campfires, and you realize that maybe once this was some grand questing place for adventurers, and maybe that's how Loran knows about it. But it's very empty, and at the moment, there doesn't seem to be any dangers around. Loran sort of pushes aside a growth of bushes that have sort of begun to obscure this entrance to the cavern. Helps you inside. It's dark, but you guys both have dark vision. So you're okay as you make your way down into this mountain range. It's about a 10 or 15 minute or so walk, going slowly downwards. As you go down, you get colder and colder and colder. And sorry?
Are there other people around?
No, there's nobody else around. No one else around. And as you get further down, you begin to sort of see the shapes and the landscape becomes stranger and harsher, but like in a beautiful way. Like everything in the Feywild looks like looks beautiful, but if you kind of get too close to it, it'll like cut you, you know, sort of. It's a bit dangerous, but it's like interesting to look at, and it's like eerily alluring. And there are these lights on the ceiling which seem to be like stalagmites, but they almost shift ever so slightly. It's like green, blue light. And as you do get further down, the sort of corridor opens up into this wide frozen lake. On the other side of it, you can see an entrance to some sort of building that's completely caved in. But it's like a man-made structure. These like two pillars on either side with like beautiful carvings into each side of them, and these sort of strange animalistic like figures are like carved statues standing in front of them, but it's all dilapidated and like kind of caved in. On one side there is a boat which has also completely overgrown with that same sort of like greenish like floral bush that was sort of blocking the entranceway. And there's a luminosity to the water, as if beneath it there's like an aurora borealis or something, but it's all completely frozen. There is nothing else here, and whatever was in that building is sealed off to you. And this is your frozen lake. Isn't it fucking creepy?
I was going to ask the story behind it.
Well, a long, long time ago, before the sort of Feywild was really involved in the material plane, we had some issues with the sort of southern continent on Feywild being a bit unruly, and we sort of brought in some mages and such to work in the temples around Viseros to sort of figure out a way we could, well, this is not me, obviously, this is so long ago, but figure out a way that they could
Brian
Protector.
restrains from making an old joke.
Okay. Protector should we need to. And then I believe that building was where they were doing a lot of their experiments. And you know how it is. Magic goes wrong, one mistake, and then the whole thing collapsed. But what was left behind was this sort of natural cavern where for some reason it's just bloody cold. And I don't know, maybe think of you.
Can I? He points to the lake.
Yeah, go for it. I don't know how, so you'll have to teach me.
You don't know how to skate.
No, I've grown. Sort of waves a hand, and you see a mirage of Kalkan, sand, heat, desert, like kind of appear before your eyes, and he's like, so
But
not
that's
particularly. Thought.
Oh, someome's here. Hi, Mum.
Hello. Ah, thank you.
Hello.
Dear Anna.
Happy birthday to you.
very
She's
much.
brought Anna brownies.
Oh, I want a brownie.
There's one for each of
There's
you.
one for us. Thanks, Mum.
Thank you.
Can you see?
Oh.
Right? Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Is that better?
There we go. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god.
You may eat. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Consume.
Aylin's camera was doing this for a long time.
Same for me. It was the same. Mm.
Yes.
So, would you like to eat a brownie? We can cut away whilst you eat if you want to.
That's right.
Okay. So,
There we go.
so, also, Lorraine is like, never learnt. So,
That's so
you have
sad.
to teach me. Yeah, I suppose it is. Well, that's why I have you. You make me infinitely better.
Okay. Brian's very excited at the prospect of being able to teach Loran anything. And he's gonna
Okay.
run down the lake.
Okay, you run down to the lake, and it's like walking. It's like walking for you, like natural, super natural for you. So, Loran, however, I'm trying to remember what it was like. I'm trying to remember what it feels like to not know how to skate. Loran, when he like stands on the ice, you know his like feet are like caved in, and like he doesn't know what to do, and he's like, "Ha!" and he kind of like gets his balance, and he's just like sliding like around, like
Okay.
vaguely.
I can hold you up, but if you fall, I have to let go because I think that would hurt more if I fell with you.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'll teach you how to fall. And he goes to a falling lesson with Loran. Like we did with
Okay.
Mariah.
Like we did with Mariah. Oh my gosh. That's the first lesson. You got to learn how to fall on the ice.
It's true.
If anyone here hasn't skated with Lily / myself, which is both of you for me, but if any of you haven't skated with Lily, then that is the first lesson you will receive, I'm pretty sure.
Anna skates with me all the time.
Oh, fun.
Not very
I
well.
You skate fast.
don't know.
I'll have
I don't have a skating rink in my town.
Okay.
No, after I'm done talking.
Oh, can I have another one?
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, it's your birthday. Okay, yeah. Brian teaches Loran how to fall, and then he's gonna teach him how to slowly go around.
Okay, so I think this is going to be interesting. So I'll have Loran make ice skating checks with advantage because you're helping him. So I shall roll Loran's skating check the first. Let me figure out what his modifier would be. It's a +3 for his, and then his dex is fucking high. Okay, right. Okay. The first is an 8. The second. It's a 15. Okay. So 15 +3. Okay. You kind of watch him, and he's like, I am about to fall. I have fallen, all star. And he does the whole thing. He knows how he's getting up. I'm back on the ground, on the ice even.
Now we need to go this way. Brian like points around the whole thing.
Okay, how do I go forwards?
How do you teach someone ice skating without showing them? Squat? Yeah, Brian goes through like the motions with like making sure Loran's. He's very like
Fingers. and holds his hand behind him. There's a gust of wind, and he just slowly gets pushed forwards.
Yes, that's a good idea. Brian could go behind Loran and cast a gust.
Yes, this is more like it.
Imagine he's just like,
I love being a dream team.
yeah.
Mm.
I can hold your hand and we can go faster.
Let's do this. Yes, faster.
Okay, Brian's gonna grab Loran's hand and he's gonna go.
Okay, so Loran, I'm gonna just roll a quick dex check in general. Okay, it's fine. It's 15 again. Okay, Loran is able to stay on his feet. He's a little bit shaky, but he's not falling over. You could almost say if he got a natural 20. He's a natural, but he didn't get a natural 20, and so I had to just waste that joke. So anyway, as you're making your way around, and he feels like he's gotten his strength, he like slowly lets go of your hand and just sort of like drifts. And then he grabs it again. He's like, no, this is better.
Okay.
And you're kind of just going around holding hands along, like skating along the ice.
Brian will go
And
back. You can keep an eye on Loran.
yeah. Well, he was going to talk to you if you were standing next. But if you're not,
Well, he's like in front of him.
okay. So he skates and he says, All-Star, after all that, are you okay? I just wanted to give you some time to do something you really wanted to do, and I have a feeling that this day is only going to get more and more stressful.
You mean after the testimonies?
Yeah.
It actually felt quite good, I guess, to get all of that out. It's been a while since I talked about Cruel in that kind of depth before.
Mm. He really, I guess I didn't really think about this before, but he really meant a lot to you back then. So it must not have been easy.
I mean,
But
he was all I knew for 12 years. So it's strange now that I hate someone so much that I suppose I loved. It's a very odd feeling to have.
he kind of pushes forward to skate beside you and he says, I wish that could have been us, I guess. I don't like thinking that you were alone. I sometimes find myself wondering what it would have been like if we'd met back then.
I mean, Brian's just thinking like I would have been a child and you would have been an adult and maybe not a good idea.
He's not thinking of it in that way. He's not thinking of it like that. He's thinking more like, you know what he means.
Yeah. That's not. I'm glad I met you when I did. I think I had to go through that. If I was comfortable back then, maybe I never would have left the Messiah. Maybe I would have been happy and I wouldn't be who I am. So I guess I thank Cruel for that much.
I suppose I do too. Ew. I do not like the fact that came out my mouth. Don't want to be thankful to him for anything, really. Oh
yeah.
well.
Sorry.
No. I'm glad that we're here. When you so hey All-Star game on. It's me, your husband, Loranda. Game on to hey.
You can do stuff like that every time.
Only when I feel like I have something to say and I'm awkward about it. You said something to me before we went to the temple, and I wanted to really understand what you were saying because I'm confused, and I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Was this when I was drunk?
No, I believe you were sober, which is...
If it was between that night and when we were resurrecting, then I was drunk. But I will do my best to remember.
No, I'm sorry. I meant the Temple of Abundance.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay. Do you want to have...
Oh god. What are you gonna say?
You want to have kids?
Thomas, stop it. Brian goes like very red. It's like a slow like graduation. One day, yes. Why? Do you not want?
I do. And I just wanted to make sure that you still... Okay. Because there are some people we could talk to who might be able to tell us how that happens. And because it's not exactly straightforward for us being both men.
Do you know how it works? Because to be honest, I was going to ask Sarazo because I really couldn't imagine myself asking you this question because it's an uncomfortable question to ask in the first place.
Sarah's not the man you've conjured cactuses for. Sorry.
That is like, no, I meant more like people we know who already have a child. Like, I don't know, Ural and Hunin.
So you don't know how it works?
I know. Well, funnily enough, I sort of always imagined myself either never wanting children or having a wife/girlfriend. So that kind of never crossed my mind. And now look at us. Here we are. And it's you. So of course I want to have kids with you. One day.
Sorry.
Babies!
When we find out, I think we can discuss again because I never I really haven't heard about how it works. I know that I've heard of it between two women before, but that seems like it would be easier.
Yes, I think it might be different for everyone. Well, I just wanted to make sure you and I were both gonna... Yes. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many?
An army. A small army. We have to continue our world domination.
A small army. Can we
Small
start with one?
We start with one. They become the general. Then they need some cadets. So we have another. And once that one...
Brian's like skating further and further away from Loran. He's already like 10 meters back.
We have to coordinate a strike on the entire world. If Sarazar is going to rule Kalkan, then I must side with you and have the best army of children ever there are. And he's sort of chasing me around.
Brian's just effortlessly going backwards faster and faster. And
This is getting harder and harder. You see, you turn around, he's running in the same spot over and over again.
Yes, because
I'm spinning the wrong way now. Yes.
I can teach you tricks.
Okay. Let's say for the next however long you guys want to spend on your date, you teach Loran tricks. But I will roll some dice. First of all, what are you teaching him?
Let's start with crossovers.
Crossovers. He rolled an 11 plus 3 plus his dex is a solid 3. So it's a 17. What do you think that means? Do you think that's a good enough?
I think
I'll let you decide because it was
upright.
He says upright. Yeah. He says upright. He catches the back of his skate on his laces a couple of times. Oh, which is not a fun moment. There is nothing that can really get rid of the existential dread I feel whenever my the back of my skate just scrapes the side of my shoe as I'm doing that. I'm just like, but it's fine. He does that, okay, and let's say he can spend some time getting to know it. Once he's sort of gotten that down, imagine getting crossovers down in one session.
talented. Brian moves
Yeah.
straight into the jumps. You know, he wants to see the rat try.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay. What? Yeah, let's just say a simple
Start him on a
single
loop.
salto.
Start him on a loop.
A loop, okay. Oh, that's so fun. Did you guys start with loops? Because when we did it in my rink, the first thing we had to learn was a single salto, which was hell. Actual hell for me. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
Really
he's
true.
starting with a loop. He rolled a 15 again. I think he like falls over once, but then picks himself up and tries it again, and he just makes it. I'm coming for your crown. Ha ha ha.
We can try a routine if you want. Brian's
Oh
gonna-
no. I
It'll
have.
be fun. It'll be really fun. I will help you.
Okay.
I
I
can
think
lift you.
you can. Hang on. Let me check his spell list. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Enhance ability.
Hello? Yeah. I haven't tried it.
I've tried them. Very nice.
I will have one, yeah. That was my sister. Lift around into the air. He's so
Okay.
There's not a star.
Right.
You can't reach.
He goes. He skates up to you, puts his hands on you, and he says, "You can lift me." And he casts enhance ability and gives you bull's strength.
All right.
There's a moment where your muscles just kind of ripple, and there's a slight oomph, but like you don't look necessarily any different, but there's just like a oomph to it. And
Can
he's
you
like,
give me 20 seconds to go to the bathroom? I really want to be here for this
Yeah.
moment, but I'm dying. Okay.
"Of course,
Speak
this
to
is fine."
Hello.
Hello, Anna. I like your Legend of Zelda shirt.
Thank you. It glows in the dark, and
Well,
when it does, it's like the Majora sort of face of the moon on it.
That's terrifying.
That's really cool. I had to hop in to say that.
Imagine
Yeah,
waking up in
same.
the middle of
Hopping
the
in to say
night.
that's so cool.
Hell yeah.
Aylin, is your camera on? Because it's giving me the.
Let's try again.
We've got the Lodi cubes.
You are the cube.
And.
Nah, it's just loading perpetually. Big rip.
Yeah.
So how are you all doing?
I thought she was coming back, and I'm like, that's the quickest bathroom visit I've ever known to man.
Really, Gonzalez. I'm hungry. I didn't have any breakfast before I hopped on.
I was very quick. Yes. I was very quick.
It's amazing. It's superpower.
Skills.
The Speed P World Champion returns.
I am speed.
I am speed.
I am speed.
I am. Okay, so
Look.
for the next hour, you have your. Okay, I'm explain. The next hour, you have advantage on strength checks, and your carrying capacity doubles.
I can lift
So-
around.
What is your carrying capacity? It's probably. It'll be written on your equipment.
I'm encumbered at 150 pounds.
He is less than 150. No, he's. Well, hang on. No, he's not. Yeah, you're right. I don't understand how it works. You can now pick up Loran because he is over 100 pounds. So he's like, okay, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to brace and be ready.
You jump, and I'll catch you.
Ha!
God.
He jumps. Please make a strength check with advantage.
My strength is +0.
The strength is going to be the actual effort of pushing him above your head. Once he's there and secure, you'll be able to carry him up there.
So 16.
16. It's like shaky as frick. but you manage to keep them up there the whole time, and you could feel your muscles like quivering, but you slowly get used to it. And Ryan is just kind of like flopped, and he's like, okay, I'll be majestic. And he kind of like, ah! This is great. This is great. We should do this more often. And
Ryan's like struggling.
you're actually doing okay because you can carry him. But it's
Maybe mentally.
while skating, it's a bit tiring, yeah. Okay. I think he'll make you do it again and again until you're like, no more, because it's fun for him.
Ryan, please stop.
Okay. All right. I think we'll fade out on the scene with you both in this position, like, I can show you the world. Lift me higher. Shining, shimmering, and like so on.
Great.
Okay, fade. All right. So back to the others. Next.
You just or
Let's get to
Slyan.
Great.
Ellie, your
Let's
webcam
get
is
to
completely
Bluey
dark.
and
Okay.
Neff. Okay. Bluey and Neff.
You have 3.
Slya is with us, right? Briefly, at least.
Bluey?
Slya.
Slya, yes. So Slya breaks off as you pass the seat of the Sealy Court. Is there anything you would like to say to the others before you get up there?
Can we establish, like, when and where we're gonna meet up? Because we're just kind of breaking up at the moment. Or with Slya, at least.
That's probably a good idea.
Mm.
Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me again?
I can't see you, I can hear you.
I can't see
I
you,
can hear you though.
but it's not showing a loading thing.
Yeah, it's just a black picture.
Oh no.
Oh no. Slya has been shrouded in darkness. Cannot see thee.
Slyan? Where are you?
Ah! So I'm gonna say, like, hey, maybe we should meet back at the court, like, this evening before we head back to the place. Like, at sundown,
Sorry.
let's say.
What did Emma just gasp up?
I just accidentally opened the ruler on my iPad and it was fucking wild. But sorry, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hail, art thou there? Where hast thee gone?
What did you ask the question? What did you ask the question? What question did you ask?
Who? Who was asking?
I'll answer my best approximation for Aelin, unless
I
you
was
see him.
just gonna say,
Yeah.
hey, how about we meet up at sundown at the
Oh, there we go.
Slya's
Okay.
back.
Oh no. Oh
Maybe Slya's back for us.
yes.
I can see you. You look
You
very
can't.
Okay.
Wait, you can see me?
Yes.
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 Okay, I'm using a different webcam and a different version of Discord now.
Cool. Welcome back. I like the super squashed Pikachu in the background.
No, I was gonna say it's really good.
Yeah, that boy is 21 years old.
Oh my goodness.
What?
He's old. He's almost as old as me.
And now Anna. Oh my gosh.
And
Wait,
now Anna.
I'm sorry.
That's good.
Anna, are you only 21?
I'm 22. No.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Sorry.
had that Pikachu since I was 8 years old.
Oh,
Oh,
cutie.
Babu.
oh, precious
Babu.
Pikachu boy.
Oh,
Yes,
you would get 12
So,
Pikachu
yeah.
points for that.
Slya. Before you inevitably disconnect again, I just wanted
Hopefully
to.
not.
Shall we meet back at the outside the court, maybe at sundown, to head back to the place?
Either the courts or perhaps the temple. That was my next.
Oh yes, that would also work.
Hmm.
Whichever's best, as long as we all have a meeting place and we know where to get back to.
Mm.
But in that case, farewell. Have fun on your adventure. We're going to go fight in a dojo.
Good luck.
Thank you. To you too.
Good luck.
Onward to adventure,
That-
Bluey. Let us go.
Slya, that little was so real. Okay. So this is the first time that both of you are walking to the 5 spires. It takes about 2 hours to get up there, up to the
Bluey, I'll race you.
Okay.
Well,
No, this is good.
it takes about 2 hours to get up to the Sky Pass, and then
Mm.
it's probably about another 20 minutes from there to the temple. So you're gonna have to make a stop along the way, maybe somewhere, maybe in the Sky Pass, maybe somewhere along the route, just so that you can like have your bearings, because it's a long walk otherwise.
Okay, is there by any chance, perchance, might there be a cafe or something like that located on the way where we could stop for like a nice little drink or something and just chill out on our hike?
Let me tell you,
Or is it a
Well, there is
barren
that.
wasteland of a trek?
it's a barren wasteland.
Every time I say that now, I feel...
On the way, there isn't, because usually people stop either in the northern copse before they get into the temple district, before they head up to the mountain, or they go to the Sky Pass. So, one thing you do find along the way, as you kind of trek up, about maybe an hour in, is that there is a small temple to one of the Archfey, which is being manned just by one satyr with sort of like coppery hair and horns, kind of like a Highland cow, like that.
Cute.
And she's kind of just like fixing it up, and you can smell something nice, like the smell of something nice, like food coming from the temple.
Ooh. Can I would like to do two things. My actions are twofold, if I may. I would like to attempt to perceive the scent of this food to see if I can determine what exactly it is that's creating this pleasant odor. And also, I would like to maybe possibly do like a religion check of the temple to see if I recognize like exactly what archfey this is relevant to, unless that's something I wouldn't know, in which case there's not much I can do there.
No, you can certainly try. It's probably not something you come across super often, but if you roll high enough, I'd say that the knowledge is kind of common.
Okay.
You could also ask.
Well, I want to
first the perception check for the smell.
Yeah, I want to seem knowledgeable and be like, yes, the temple of the insert name here. How very apt for this region or something. But let's roll a perception check.
Could I also perception?
Yes.
So I'm just doing this purely to smell the thing. It's an 8.
That's
8.
enough.
You know what food smells like? It smells like some stew.
Some sort of what?
Meaty stew.
Bluey, I think this smells like some kind of nondescript meaty stew. I can't exactly tell what from this distance, but I think we should go investigate further.
Very nice.
And I would also like to make my religion check, if possible.
Okay. Religion check, please.
Alright, let's go. This is a good skill. Bad roll, but good modifier. This is an 18.
18. Okay. This appears to be a small temple to, let me tell you, and I just look it up.
Also, there's kind of another general check I want to make while we're just kind of on the way.
Yep, that's fine. Okay. It is a temple to... Okay. It's a temple to... Fucking hell.
Fucking hell! I've heard of him in many books in my time at the temple.
These names. Okay. Aurilander.
Aurilander?
Aurilander.
Aurilander! Okay. I don't know. I'm just gonna approach this straight. Okay, before I approach the temple, can I also just kind of make like a medicine check as we're walking to see if I spot any like useful herbs that I can craft into something that could be used to make anything?
We can say you were doing that along the way up. So yeah, make a medicine check.
Yep. Okay. That's a good skill. Why am I not an expert in anything yet? Ooh, okay, I need that modifier. That's gonna be not very good. That's 13
Okay,
with a 5 on the
13.
dice.
Off you go.
You don't see that much. I think let's say you probably find a small amount of Valyrian root, I think.
Valyria, okay, plus Valyria.
Illyria.
So sorry.
Ooh, cool.
Bye.
Okay, with that in my inventory and with the
2 doses worth. 2 doses worth.
plus 2. Okay, with those 2 roots, 2 doses of root in my inventory, I would like to approach the fine-smelling temple and the satyr with the cool horns or antlers.
Okay. All right, so you approach.
Good morrow.
Turns around.
Hi.
Sharafashane?
What language is this?
Make an intelligence. Wait, do you speak Sylvan?
No.
Nope.
Do I recognize that it's Sylvan? Have I heard enough
Make
of
an
it?
intelligence check.
Alright, let's find out. Please, Neff. Okay. I am not proficient in intelligence. That's not that's a 13.
Sharafashane? And you think. Right, logically, Elvish or Sylvan.
So, I don't speak Elvish or Sylvan. If that's one of the 2 languages you're using, do you speak, and then I'll say in all these languages, Common, Abyssal, Celestial, Infernal. I'll just kind of use the languages to list them.
Shalhasana? Alandi Salash Bane. Where from?
From town.
Town.
I'll point from where we walked.
Vaseres.
Yes.
Vaseres?
Yes. Visitors, and I'll point to us.
Visetis.
Travelers. Guests.
Visetis.
Temp.
Visetis?
Visitors. Maybe? I kind of hesitantly thumbs
He
up.
grabs your arm and pulls you inside, and it's oh, Visetis. And sits you down.
I think we're not what you think we are.
Points to Bluey. Visetis?
No, see, we're guests. No, I don't think we're what you think we are.
Vaseris?
No, we're not that. No. Negatory. No deal. Guests. Travelers. Adventurers.
Travelis.
Are any of these words hitting? Bluey, help me out here.
She points to Bluey and is like, Visetis?
Like in Draconic, I'm like, you don't speak this, do you?
I speak Draconic. Hi.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Neff, what did you want to say?
First of all, hello, and also that we're just travelers. We're not actually from this area, and this is a nice temple.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
We're not from here. We're just traveling through.
Okay.
My friend here really likes this temple.
I'll stand in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. I thought you were like emissaries from the main temple in Viseros. So I'm sorry. That's my mistake. I don't speak common. Can you tell them I don't speak common?
Yes. They don't speak common.
Oh, I'm surprised. What a shock. I figured that, but thank you, Bluey.
Okay.
I'll kind of I'll just sort of smile.
She speaks to Blue. So what brings you to my temple? What are you doing here?
We both like the smell, and I like touch my nose as I say that, so that Neff sort of.
Yeah.
Would you like some stew?
Oh, well, no.
It's nikujaga.
Sorry, so
Nikujaga. It's potato and meat stew.
ooh, a potato and meat stew.
Oh,
Yes.
that sounds lovely.
Okay, please sit down and I will prepare the stew for you, and then we can have a nice little chat about Aurlandir. Aurlandir.
Aurlandir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Neff, we can find out about this deity.
Oh, yes. But Orlandir. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it.
Aurlandir.
Orlandir.
Like Aurel, like winter.
Aurl.
Aurel is winter in German, and then I don't know, Landir.
Lander.
Orlander.
Yeah.
Orlander.
Orlander.
So Aurlander. She is the Aurlander. No.
And now we present the Orlander back in the ring.
Anyway, she sits you all down, gives you some bowls of stew, and says to Bluey, so, I am a, acolyte, you could say, of Aurlander, and not many people stop here. They usually eat down at Shillelagh's Shakes and Sweets, so I don't get that much footfall these days. But what I like to do is like offer a meal. We can just have a nice little chat about Aurlander.
Okay. And Neff, meal for a chat about Aurlander.
Outlander! He's back! And he's bigger than ever! I need to stop. That could be cool to introduce the actual god if they ever come in. Outlander! He's ready to take on the Sphinx of Death! Who's gonna win? Find out on this episode of Dragon Ball Z. No, okay, so I'm just gonna like motion like, thank you.
Dungeons and Dragon Ball Z. That's it. The game's over.
To be fair, we're getting close to moving in real time, almost as slowly as Dragon Ball. Although they move pretty slowly. It's like a day over the course of like 25 episodes. We're getting there. I believe we can do it. We have the enthusiasm to play in slower than real time. I believe. Okay.
It's 3 months we worked this out. 3 days in 2 months.
It's fun. I really like this. It's actually really. It gives me a lot of time to like really carefully, examine all of Neff's little actions and here and there. I'm gonna have some of the stew and listen in. I'm gonna tell Bluey as well. That sounds wonderful. Can you tell her I'm appreciative of the food, and I'm happy to listen to whatever.
Weird lizard sounds.
Whatever
this because it's not weird to her.
This acolyte has to say. Like, by the way, could you tell them I'm Neff? And I'll sort of wave. Hi, I'm Neffel.
So this my friend here, her name is Neffel, and she wants to say she very much appreciates being able to sit down, and she'll try and listen in, not to understand, but I'll relay to her. I'm Bluey, by the way.
Hello, Bluey Sparks. Blue. I don't know your last name. Hello, Bluey. Usually introduces us Bluey Sparks. So
the Freudian slip. It's Karul all along.
It was Karul. Oh gosh, I miss Karul. Not really.
No, you don't. I mean,
I kind of miss having him as an oppressive presence hanging over.
yeah.
So as you sort of eat your stew, she kind of says, "Well, I am a acolyte of Auralander. She's also known as the Cold Goddess, or the Frost Maiden, or the Ice Dawn. You might have heard of her. And she's kind of like the goddess of winter around here, and she's not got the best reputation, but I'm here to change that, one bowl of stew at a time."
It's really wholesome,
I
but suspicious.
Auralander is a cold goddess, or she's
Like
associated with like winter.
Oh, okay.
And doesn't have the best rep.
Wait, reputation. Wait. Why?
I don't know. So sorry, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Sakiri.
Sakiri. Sakiri here.
Nice to meet you, Sakiri.
Ah,
That she said nice to me. They want to change it, yeah. Maybe. Okay. Sakiri.
Ask Sakiri why Auralander has a bad reputation.
Why the bad rep?
I mean, she kind of fell out of grace a little bit. You know, too many sacrifices. I mean, this was like 1,000 years ago. Sacrifices were normal back then, not so much now. She doesn't. The worshippers were a little bit misguided. She didn't actually really want that many sacrifices, but they just kind of, bad guidance. And you know, in the holy days, she had like a lot of ice powers and froze everything.
Froze
but, like,
long ago. I'm saying this in common, like.
Okay.
But she, like, I mean, she's blamed for the destruction of a lot of this nice nature around here, and this part of, like, the sky path is so cold and windy and barren. But the sky path is actually a very valuable part of our ecosystem, and she protects that, and I want to make sure it stays protected. The people in the Maasai probably don't realize it, but a lot of the cold there is siphoned from her power. So,
wait, the Maasai?
The ice desert.
So
on the material plane.
Yeah.
Brian Land.
Brian Land. That's what I'm renaming it. What do you think, guys?
I like it. King Brian. It's good.
Well, siphoned. Oh, Neff, like they don't like how people don't like how it's cold up here. They blame the goddess, but like it's important cold because it's
Oh, okay. I think I understand. Okay, that's not as bad as I was expecting. I was expecting like 1,000 sacrifices or something. Oh, that's pretty good that didn't happen.
Well, there was, but
no,
not recently.
Oh,
while Sakiri's been around.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But the Maasai, like what I've been there, that's all, and I know someone who's from there. Casually. I'm from the material plane.
Well, I haven't heard much about it for a long time, but all I know was that there was sort of mass exodus of people from, Feywild. Like, people wanted to go and live on the material plane. A lot of them were Khan, but actually, I mean, this is thousands of years ago. But some of them went to the Maasai, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they're still there or how their society's doing, but they took all the technology, sort of brought it over there. So I assume they're some kind of great empire, but they mostly all are like just Auralander, good person, It's cold over there. Let's go to her seat of power of the cold. But that's not necessarily how it works. We have to sort of just see what she has laid out for us.
Okay. I'll ask my friend what he knows about
Okay.
Orlander is back in the ring.
Olander. So you have a friend who's already interested? The friend from the Messiah? Wow, bring them here. That would be lovely. I'd love to chat with
He's lived there all his life.
them. Wow.
I'm talking about Brian, but I'm not sure if I should say if he's royal.
I mean, maybe only divulge the really necessary information. We don't know too much about this. I mean, I've learned that maybe it's not. I mean, who knows? It could be Karul, but we don't know. So I'll leave it up to you, Blue. I trust you.
If they're cruel, then they already can hear us talking.
Oh, that's true. Maybe we should be even quieter.
Okay.
Sorry, the two of you like.
Karul really,
Sorry,
he really
sorry
sucks.
about that.
He's a big nerd, big dweeb, big loser. Okay, we don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't think he heard that. That was really quiet. That was really quiet. Can I roll a stealth check to see how quiet I was?
Sure.
Alright. It's a 3.
Carl's a dweeb! Yeah.
Drool, you drool.
Dweeb. 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 And she points to you. Dweeb?
Not her. No, sorry.
Dweeb? Points to you, Bluey. Dweeb? Are you dweeb?
No, I hope I'm not.
You can tell her that Karul, even if she doesn't know who he is, that
Sorry.
Karul stinks. He's smelly. He's mean.
We might be here for something to do with a guy we don't like. Anyway, sorry. Our friend, he's a practicing magic user who grew up in the Messiah. Yeah.
Well, if I can just ask one favor, and she sort of reaches into her bag and pulls a pamphlet and says, if you hear anyone talking bad things about our Orlando, then please just give them this leaflet. And it is made of leaves, so be careful. It's quite fragile. Get it? It's a leaflet.
Yes. Oh, that pun works especially well in Draconic.
I know, right? It's so funny.
Sorry.
Right. So you guys are sort of right now. You've probably finished your stew bowls. You've been rested up fairly well. And she gets up and she shakes your hands and she's like, "It was lovely talking to you. Please stop by again if you want to learn more."
We'll make sure to look out for this one. And Neff, she's saying we can stop by again if we want to learn more about
Orlando is back.
Orlando.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. We appreciate the stew a lot. Thank you.
She says thank you, and I say thank you, and we appreciate the food.
Safe travels, weary adventurers.
Thank you.
Wait, this wasn't the Temple of the Five Spires, was it?
No.
Nope.
Not even there.
We're halfway.
No.
But we got soup, we got leaflets, we got full tummies, and we're ready to fight.
Good boy. Okay. You guys continue your walk up, and let's move ourselves to Slya as you break off on your journey.
Slyan'ssun.
Slya. DM soon.
So my
Hello.
Discord tends to break when I use my camera, so we'll see how long it lasts.
For sure.
Also, Auchelandil. There you go.
What? What is that? Wait, hold on.
Hey, actually, I've changed my mind. This is how it's pronounced in the Feywild. That's how it's pronounced in Imperial Plane. So, I mean, you can take that and.
Oh no! I took my Germanic knowledge and I put it forward because I was on mute. I just wanted to do that. Ich spreche Deutsch. Not very well. I tend to speak it with a very German accent. Oh, fuck. Everything is. Oh no. What did I have? What?
So, Slyer, you make your way into. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Slyer, you make your way into the Vasily court. I'm such a shit. And you go to find Leander, yeah?
Yes.
I'm sorry. You remember how you were saying yesterday how I was intimidating? I understand now. But that's, I promise you, that's only DM Emma. Normal Emma is very not intimidating. Lily, wait. Am I? No! Don't say that. Intimidating how?
JK, I love you heaps, but
As
you-
in, like, scary?
sometimes it's hard to tell if it's just DM Emma or if it's real Emma being mad underneath. You know?
Oh,
It's
no,
hard
no,
to-
no, I'm never mad.
Just don't want to make sure. No
Nah,
personal
I'm
offense
never mad.
intended, of course.
You guys, I like you guys too much to be angry at all of you all the time. I'm trying to be fun. This is
You are
fine.
very funny. You're a great DM. You're wonderful.
Uh-huh.
It's just like us poking fun at you back, you know? It's a mutual poking.
Thomas, did you just say wonderful?
I don't think I did, but let's just say that I did.
I heard wonderful.
Wonderful? Alright.
Also had a-
You're wonderful
also had a
DM!
mutual poking.
Yeah.
And that
Context.
Let's just end on the wonderful. Let's just say that was a bad
mutual poking. You go and find Leander. You go and find Leander.
Wait a minute, hold on. I thought we were looking for Lysander. No, okay, I'll be right back.
Leander, I do. I will part my heart.
It's so cold. Is it because you're ice
It's
cold?
because my hands
Maybe I am angry at all of you all the
I'm very sorry.
No, I'm fine. No,
Maybe
no, you're good.
destiny.
No. No! Dudes, I'm 100% Jordan this. It's fine.
You're trying to warm it up.
No.
I'm trying to do it too, but it's not. Wait, if I go to like the complete side of my screen, someone could also do it. Whoever's like next to me can do it. Oh, it's.
Doesn't quite work.
Further, Aelin. Yeah, we did it.
Oh, wait.
that was cool.
All our cameras are reversed, like, for ourselves. Aren't they?
Depends.
Oh, so we have to do it like here.
It's gonna be different on the recording anyway because you guys are above each other.
Oh, dang it.
Or above and below,
Yeah.
respectively.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh wait, no, you can make it work. Emma, if you go up and Aelin, if you go down, it'll work.
Wait.
One of you has to flip.
Wait,
One of you has to
down.
flip 180.
Wait.
No, not by 3. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god. Amazing.
Yeah.
Cute.
We've made it. Scientific breakthrough.
Have I just got really cold hands? Yeah.
everyone's told me that since I come back. You're like, Emma, you're so cold. It's like, okay.
Oh, jeez.
Warm heart. That's what they say.
We all know that's not true.
I like to say cold hands, warm heart.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think say cold heart. Sorry.
Oh no, I tried to say
I was
warm.
like, oh,
I thought I said
I
warm.
thought that was
heart.
the out character. I was like, oh, might as
No.
well. Okay. No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
What was my Sander doing?
Alright, let's check it.
Lysander is an illness plane. Leander, however.
Wait, where is Lysander? We have to find him. Okay, this is of utmost importance. We don't know what he's plotting. Okay,
That's Neff's new mission. Slia's mission is to
find Lysander. I had a vision, everyone. There's somebody named Lysander.
Okay. So you enter back into the seat of the Sealy Court. This time you're permitted inside just because they've seen you there before, and you know, they know who you are. Like, haha. And you enter inside, and you don't see Leander necessarily around. You can try and go find him where you saw him last, but that was in the sort of meeting chambers.
She'd probably ask for directions from assumably like a guard.
Okay. There is also a clerk who is seated at one end of the room. Yeah. Okay. You approach them, and he looks up at you. May I help you?
Yes, I was looking for. Sorry, just to clarify, out of game, it's the. What is Leander's title?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Out of game. Just to clarify, what is Leander's title?
Chief Justice.
Okay, so she would say, I was looking for Chief Justice Dehane.
Do you have an appointment?
I do not, unfortunately.
I see.
Saw him earlier as part of a testimony, and I needed to make.
Ah, you are one of those group. Well, then, perhaps we can make an exception. Give me a moment. And he leans back, goes down into a drawer on his desk, and pulls out a little stone tablet. You've seen a similar one before. And he begins scrolling onto it. Wait, let me just Foley work. And did you want to see the sticker? It's Aizawa from Boku no Hero Academia. And then it's some Japanese shit. Yeah.
Perfect for.
I know. He's such a dad. He's like Saraza in so many ways. But in like not as kindly. Anyway, so as you like wait, he scratches into the tablet. A moment passes, and then you can hear a sort of scratching noise. And it appears he's received a response. He's like, see, you may proceed. Up the staircase, to the left. Follow the corridor to the end of the way. Once you see the big window, turn right, the first door you encounter.
Okay. Thank you. And she will do that.
Go up, to the left, follow the hallway to the end, first window you encounter, and so on and so on and so on. And eventually you find yourself outside a fairly nice, well-carved door with a single nameplate on the front. Chief Justice Leander Dehane.
Do I hear anything from the inside?
Make a perception check.
Hey, these ears are good.
That was really cute. Hey, that was adorable.
23.
23. Power, unlimited power. You hear the sounds of a bloody battle taking place beyond the door. No, I'm joking. No, you just hear the sound of like a chair scrape, a man sigh, papers ruffling. No one's talking.
She will knock on the door.
Come in. And you enter in, and you see it's very similar to the which you stayed in, only a little bit more. There's just a little bit more in here. Like there are more books, more files. It's just an office space. Clearly, the sort of like homely touches he had in his own house aren't there. And with a chair set up in front of the desk, himself sitting behind it, you see Leander Dehane. Leander Dehane. A fun name to say.
If I could have a moment of your time.
Of course, you have it. Please sit.
She will. So. From the line of questioning earlier, is it safe to say that my mother will be called in for questioning.
We've been discussing amongst ourselves since you left, at least. But it will take some time to know exactly how this trial will take place and what crimes will be punished by us and what crimes will be punished by Drow. It could be a possibility. But it could also be entirely possible that it is you called for the questioning.
I'm sorry, say again?
It could also be entirely possible that it is not us who call her in for questioning.
I see.
You have, I'll warn you, piqued their interest. They wish to speak with you.
Do you know the parameters of their questioning?
I can't tell you much without putting our agreements in jeopardy. I have not slept since you last, trying to sort this out. And you can tell he looks tired. But I want to let you know that whatever you decide, you will be under my protection and the protection of this court.
Thank you.
I am sorry that I put you in a difficult position out there, but I feel like perhaps you may have seen that coming.
You're just doing your job.
Indeed. And it is a job that does not allow me to pick favorites or choose to ignore the information that I may know, even if. That being said, I should say now, if there's anything else you ever want to tell, any information you think might be pertinent, I am here to hear it.
Perhaps something for when Cruel is released from the locket. It wasn't necessarily relevant to our testimony for his character, but
Go on.
he had some way of nullifying magic around him.
I see. We have established our own defenses, you should say. We could say. Zarina is very powerful. She, I believe, would be able to hold him back.
I have no doubt as to her capabilities.
No, the most dangerous thing anyone could.
That all cut out.
The most dangerous thing anyone could ever do. They will wish to speak to you today, but
I'm sorry?
they will wish to speak to you, I believe.
The drow.
The drow.
Will that be here or?
Here.
Okay.
Would you like me to see if I can accompany?
If it's not too much to ask, I know you already have much on your plate.
Don't worry. I'll see what I can do. For a friend of my son's, I will do.
There is one more thing. The first time we met Karul, after the incident that went down, I sent my mother into hiding.
Can we just say something? Is someone rattling something in like glass?
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Wait,
Is it?
hang on. It might just.
Hey Thomas, how you doing?
Oh no. Oops. Hello.
Hello.
Can y'all still hear it?
No.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Oh,
There we
No.
go.
I can hear it.
Amy,
Mhm.
are we all?
I think it's okay if we kind of just push on. I
Okay.
forgot what I was saying. Where were we?
Slia had said that after their first meeting with Karul that she sent her mother into hiding,
Yeah, okay.
along with the rest of the people I care about.
I see. And you want me to give them more protection or arrange something for them? Is that what you're asking?
It's more that Sinestra has made it clear that my mother betrayed them, and that's not something that it's a concern,
I see.
especially since she has 2 drow children under her care now that were orphaned at a siege.
I will see what I can do. I cannot make any promises.
I know that I would ask that of you, more so just that you should be aware.
Thank you. If you like, you can wait here and I can go and see how the discussions with the delegation are going. Tell them a time you would like to speak on your own terms. Of course, I think that could be a bit better for you than them summoning.
I'm ready for whatever.
All right.
Comes my way. Also, my Discord has crashed. Try to fix it.
Okay. All right. So we will back to Lorraine and All Star leaving the cave.
Leaving.
Yes.
Okay.
1 second. I'm just finishing something for Anna.
Can I pop under your?
There you go.
Your thingo.
It's not cold, Anna.
Oh. Do you want me to
Can
show?
I see?
Show and tell.
No, it's so bad.
I want to see.
Oh.
Okay, you can show that one, yeah.
Wait, no. Which one?
The kid drawing one.
Oh, okay. I like the other one.
You like the other?
Yeah.
Can you hold it close so I can't?
Okay, you can show them, but only quickly.
Oh, cute. Okay, now show me the other one.
No.
Yay! All-Star Gamer.
Stop it.
It's
Sorry.
good.
Okay.
I said all my shitty sketches. I want to see everyone else's.
Okay. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, boy. Okay. So, All-Star Game on. You are making your way back from the cave. You fly up to you fly up to the place that you leapt from on the magic carpet. And when you disembark, you begin the walk back towards the temple where you sort of left, where you remember leaving Enderashun and Anna. And you can decide if you want to go to Sayros, or if you want to go up to the Sky Pass, or if you want to go to the temple. This is kind of a fork in the road for you.
Did you get the message that I just sent you?
Let me check. On Facebook or on Discord?
Discord.
Okay. To clarify, the person who was sus about his dad was Cortan Ventress.
Cortan. Oh,
The
Venthris.
father of Ventress, the Attorney General.
Okay.
Father of Talion.
I think Brian still wants to.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so you
He was going to say, do you mind if we go by the courthouse?
I don't mind at all. I've just been thinking I haven't seen Sarazer in a while. I might go find him and then meet you there.
Is Saraza still in the city?
Potentially. If he's not, I'll find out soon.
Okay, give me one moment. And I like to scry on Saraza.
Okay, you scry on Sarazer. Vision pans up and over towards the mountain range, up into the sky. Settles down, and you see Sarazer is in a temple, potting plants with an old man with pointed ears.
Saraza is in a temple with an elderly man potting plants.
He is full of surprises. Okay, well, I'll go and see what he's doing and let him know where we're at. Because he might have wanted to. He might need an update.
Okay.
I'll meet you at the. Okay, I'll come meet you in a couple of hours. Stay safe.
You improved a lot with your skating.
I had a great teacher.
Bye. Brian walks away.
He looked like he was about to try and like give you a hug, and then he's fine with that. Okay, you make your way towards the courthouse. All right, so as you make your way towards the courthouse, entering inside, you don't see. You're let in because you're let in. You don't see the people in the meeting chamber just milling about, but there is a clerk you can speak to if you want to ask directions.
Is it Cortan?
Cortan Ventress, Attorney General. You have
I'm-
seen his door before.
Oh, I'll go to his office then. Oh no, maybe it's more polite to talk to the clerk. Could I possibly have a moment with Cortan Venthras, or is he unavailable?
You mean Attorney General Ventress?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have an appointment?
No, but I just spoke to him earlier.
More of you, I see. Give me a moment. And he leans down, picks up his tablet, starts sketching into it. Words. A moment later, you see a response has appeared. Door's there. Points across the hall, and there's a big door. Attorney General.
Thank you.
Cortan.
Brian turns around and goes to it.
Okay. You go to the door.
He knocks.
A moment passes. Enter.
Brian enters the room.
The room is lavish. It's well decorated. It's got high ceilings, high windows is one of the best in the building. You can tell, maybe other than the chancellor, probably the nicest one. And there is a very wide oak desk with one very sort of rudimentary chair in front of it. It doesn't look uncomfortable, it's particularly comfortable. And then you see a high-backed sort of plush armchair on the other side. Mortan Ventress is leaning over some papers. He has a set of glasses and is rifling through things. And he doesn't look up at you, and he says, "Take a seat, please."
Okay. Brian goes and lowers himself into the seat.
Okay. You can tell that this sort of is designed to be to make you look up at his seat, because you find yourself like raising your head ever so slightly. And he eventually takes his...
Brian's like, less intimidating than roll me. This is fine.
What brings you here? I believe you'll start game on Dehane.
Yes.
I see. How may I help you?
Can I insight check him just generally?
Sure. What, you want to insight check the tone of his voice? Or
Yeah.
general? Yeah.
Well, the way that was really cocked. Okay, move those out. Sorry. 23.
23. You can't tell if this sort of he has a sort of natural animosity to him or just him responding to you, but he seems to just be busy and his tone is a bit dismissive. But that's just what you get.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm just not sure how long we'll be in the city. I wanted to ask you a question quickly regarding my... You reacted when I mentioned my altercation with my father in the Maasai. Roll me.
I did. I thought you might come and ask that, actually. What do you want to know?
Do you know something that I don't?
Only a rumor. But I do not know if it is my place to say it. I was, some time ago, before I had this position, I had taken a break from my work here to study law in varying other countries, especially the material plane. And as part of that, I went to the Maasai once. And all I can tell you is, this is saying a couple of decades ago, maybe 1 decade ago, a rumor of an incident which caused great harm to the royal family.
Sorry, you say
Your
great,
father-
great harm.
Great harm. And your parents' names were mentioned. So perhaps it's something you should speak about with.
What was the rumor?
I do not believe it is my place to say.
You would be the only one who would say.
And perhaps there's a reason for that.
If it's a rumor about my father, why can't I know? Maybe he's...
Your father still lives, yes?
Yes, but I can't see him until until the trials in the Messiah for the crown.
Why can't you?
I was told to stay away. But if there's a rumor about something I did to my parents, then I would like to know what it is. Perhaps they themselves don't even know.
Or perhaps they do, and they keep it from you for. I'll tell you this much. The rumor pertained to the death of one or both of your parents. That's all I have to say. I will not share any more.
Thank you for your time. Brian gets up and leaves. And he wants to find Slayer when he can.
All right, so let's go back to our good pals, Neff, Louis. You make your way back up to the top of the Sky Pass, and you're about 20 minutes away from the Five Spires. You pass through a small town where the buildings are low, covered in these sort of like thick blankets and tarps to keep the wind out. You pass a fairly nice-looking temple, small and overgrown somewhat, but it's rustic and hospitable looking. What's your passive perception?
16.
13.
16. So 16. Bluey, you do hear a voice that you recognize coming from the direction of sort of coarse and somewhat more jovial than you last heard. The voice of Saraza.
Saraza,
What? Sarazar?
I hear him.
You hear him? Where?
In the
Inside the
In that temple? Can I religion check the temple to see if
Sure.
Hell yeah. Oh, I love this. Okay. Religion check. I don't think I don't... Oh... It's a 12.
A general temple for Sylvanus.
Okay.
Fairly sure.
Inside that temple, over there. And I point to the temple.
Yeah.
Let's go say hi.
Okay.
You'll never get there. You'll never get to the 5.
If he's very easily
Approach.
distracted.
We can't not say hi.
Yeah, it'd be rude. Oh my goodness. He's gonna be like, you were on the way to the 5 spires. You didn't stop by and say hello.
Mm.
You go over and you sort of push open the gate to the temple. It kind of creaks open. See a head. It's an old elven man with curled hair. Sort of, when elves get old, they don't necessarily age like in their faces. It's just the eyes. You can tell they get lines down here, and the whites of their eyes sort of go even paler, if that's possible, translucent almost.
Okay.
And he looks over at you, and he's like, "Oh, foreign visitors? Are these your friends?" And sort of taps the form of someone who's like struggling to try and plant a cactus into the ground. And he looks up, and it's Saraza, and he's like,
Saraza!
Just in time.
"Oh, what are you doing here?"
Well, Neff.
"Hello."
Drawn by the best boy energy.
I heard you. That's why we're here.
"Oh,
Like you're going. Nev wants to go to the 5 Spires dojo
Uh-huh.
to train up.
the 5 spires. How, who, what, when, where, why, I guess, is just the best way to approach these.
I got into a fight, and I felt that I have some potential. I had good spirits. And it went well, all things considered, and I've decided I want to learn how to hold my own a little bit more than I can currently.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out my opponent, get this, it was crazy, was running or is teaching classes at this place called the Five Spires.
The Five Spires. I have heard of this place. It is a fairly rigorous training ring. So I thought.
I love rigor. The word itself sounds nice. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Yes. Have you heard of Vanya
You're doing-
before?
Vanya? No,
Yes.
I haven't, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I think I haven't been around this area enough recently to know about the goings on here.
Mhm.
But the Five Spires has been around for some time in various iterations. A dojo on the top of the mountains, sort of training
Okay.
young women in the art of martial art. So,
How do you know about the Five Spires?
I mean, it's not a secret.
How do you
It's
know
fairly
about the
well
Five Spires? Well, I guess, how did you come to know? Is it, I don't know, is it common knowledge? Was I meant to know? I didn't know. I'm really sorry. Is it rude to not know?
It's common. No, Neff, you're not even from here. How could you have known before about
Okay.
it?
Oh, okay.
How could you not know?
You're tearing me apart, Neff. I'll be quiet.
It's a good short cord.
But why?
But why?
So,
Yeah,
Saracen says, well, if you want to train, that's a place to do it, I suppose. Especially here, this is sort of a good dojo, as far as I'm aware.
Hmm. Well, actually, I was
I'm
thinking
more
maybe.
of a swords and punching person.
Oh, that's a sword. Does look like your type of your approach to battle.
Mm.
But you have powerful fists too. Never doubt yourself, Sarazar. I believe in you.
I don't doubt my. Okay.
I was actually thinking maybe, and I was gonna run this by the rest of the group, but I was thinking maybe if we had some time after all of this cools down, I might come back and do some training for a little while to maybe beef up a little bit, because I think I'm my jovial nature aside, I think I'm lacking in this area a lot.
Well,
I squish easily.
That's why the team exists, the party, because we make up for each other's weaknesses with our own strengths.
Oh.
That's certainly true, but maybe it would also be just
that being
helpful if
said-
my weaknesses weren't quite as weak as they currently are. You know, that's what
You
at
can
least
bring.
it's just
If you want to do this, then I will support you and help you through it. You can spar with me even if you like.
That would be great. Maybe you could teach me some ways of the martial arts that I'm not familiar with.
Well, recently I've been focusing on doing training which pertains to attacking and evading magic users.
Oh, like me.
Yeah.
Fear
So we
me,
can
for
help
I'm
each
a
other
magic
then.
user as well.
Then we can help each other.
Sounds good. We can practice.
Okay. All right then. I have a few more things I want to do here. But and pick me up. We'll head back down to the city together.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Oh, what are you doing here, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
No. Did you by any chance read Sarazar Alone, Thomas?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't got a chance to.
Okay, then this will be fun.
Uh,
You see Sarazar's face drops and a sadness overcomes him, but only for a moment. I came to see an old friend or two.
I'm gonna put my purple hand on his shoulder. Kind of pet him.
He pats it. It's okay.
You doing okay with everything,
Would you-
Sarazar?
No. Is you bitch? It probably has.
I'm doing fine. Thank you, Neff.
You've been a major support for me these past few days. days. Listen, if there's anything you ever want to talk about, I'm always here to listen. And you know, I can't really do that much to help, I think. But if there's anything on your mind, then well, we have some downtime.
Well, would you like to meet them?
Sure.
Well, first of all, there's Orwin, the old man on the back. Orwin pops up his head and says, I've known Sarah many decades now. I haven't seen him in a long time, though.
Nice to meet you. I'm the fellow Commander Yazar. And I have his adopted daughter.
Sarah's was like, yeah, about right.
Oh, Sarah's.
Oh. Oh my god. Sorry.
Never's like kind of saying it like almost a half drinking way, but kind of there's quite a bit of there's a big heaping of truth in that statement. She's gonna kind of hug Sarah as she sort of says that, I think. Just give me a little squeeze.
He hugs you back. We love it, Dad! Dad is there! So does Dad. And Sarah says, well, Orwin and I go way back. He really helped me out when I needed somewhere to crash in the city, which wasn't the city. And I like it up here more than I like it down there. So there are worse places to be and worse places to meet old friends.
That's fair. I like the view from here. The air feels nice.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Very much so.
So my other friend,
mm-hmm.
It's
I'm gonna look. I kind of look around as like he says that.
Oh nah, you know better by now.
Does she? Maybe she realizes. Okay, with her wisdom, not so much her intelligence, but maybe she kind of realizes very quickly what he's kind of alluding to, and then she stops kind of scanning the area very quickly.
Louis, would you like to come as well?
Yes, if you'll have me.
Well, always happy.
So wholesome. I'm gonna die.
He leads you back through the temple and into a small, what you believe at first to be a garden. And then you see there are these sort of stones equally spaced around. And you realize it's a cemetery. And at the end, there is a sleeping willow tree with a sort of solitary, smaller sort of stone placed beneath it. And you go over and you see that this grave is actually on. The name is left off, there's only the date. And Sarah says, this is where Sirius is.
Say again, what was the name?
This is Sirius.
Sirius. How come there's no name on the stone?
It was safer that way.
Okay. How did you know each other?
Sarah has a moment where he's like, and you can see he's like, there's a very faint blush upon his cheeks. And he's like, he was like a...
Sarah's a bisexual icon.
He was a mentor to me when I was young. There were some issues in the first few decades
of what?
Loran's life.
Oh, okay.
And I had friends then that helped me through.
I keep slipping down.
I have friends then who helped me through that and helped me make things right again. I lost a lot of them along the way, but the last of those was him, and he was in a bit of a difficult position.
Sorry.
One thing he wanted
Uh-huh.
was
Oh, shit.
never to be
Pushing down the
resurrected. Guys, can you turn the microphone off?
Sorry.
Oh, we'll just leave. That's fine too, I guess. One thing he wanted
Mm-hmm.
was to never be resurrected. He wanted death to be the end. And
Okay.
I used to disagree.
You used to disagree.
I will die once. That's what I want.
Neff kind of holds her tongue for a bit. Well, I respect you enough to respect your wishes, and I promise you that I won't interfere with that if that's your wish, Sarazar.
No, they don't really.
But I'm gonna kind of like put my arm on his back and just kind of attempt to comfort him in some way.
I've been around long enough to realize that. It was so different than what I originally. Now that I've made that decision, I realize that's what I truly want. And I can't see any more people I love end up like the others. So it might be a coward's way out, but I would.
No, it's okay. That sounds really sad, Sarazar. I'm sorry that you. Neff is just crying for him at this point. I'm sorry you had to carry this burden. That sounds really sad. Oh, I'm sorry.
He hugs you. He pats you on his head, on your head.
Oh, how'd you? You're very strong, Sarazar.
You all give me strength.
He's gonna just cry more.
Bluey, you were there for this entire conversation. How much of it did you hear? You might have missed the most important bit when you were moving the bed stuff.
Yeah, I think we did.
It's sad.
But you don't want anything like this to happen ever again to the people you know. That's what I.
The most important part.
He said that the grave is unmarked because his friend never wanted to be resurrected, and Sarazar said that he is the same.
He has the same wishes. We have to protect him at all costs.
So resurrection, not reincarnation. That's
Same thing.
I feel like the
implication is like he just
there, yeah.
It's
like
he said to Neff specifically as well that he wants death to be the end of it, and Neff like respects him enough as like to not kind of want to tarnish his wish, even though it tears her up inside a little bit. Oh, it's sad.
Lovely poetic with me destroying this flower.
yeah, boy. Are you just picking off the living leaves? Why?
It's really ominous.
This one's dead.
It's a dead.
This one's dead.
Okay.
Dead.
Okay.
Yes, like you said many times. When my leaves die, when my flowers die, I pick them apart and put them in a jar. Anyway, so Sarazar. It's a weird game.
Yeah. Trademark.
Trademark TM. Sarazar pulls back and he says, I wasn't intending to have this conversation now, but I'm glad we did.
Thanks for confiding in me.
And you can in me as well, always.
Of course. Neff is kind
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just your story seems really sad. I hope that You don't have to watch any more loved ones die.
I hope so too.
I'll do my best to ensure that doesn't happen.
I love you, Neff.
I love you too, Sarah!
Don't cry.
It's too late. Just gonna give him another
What would this
father-daughter
Vanya woman
bonding
say
hug.
if you turn up with tears on your face for your first day of training? This is unacceptable.
Oh, I'll just say they're tears of happiness. I couldn't be more ready to start fighting.
Mhm.
Oh,
Fight for what's right. Fight for your right to
Don't worry.
start.
the fresh air will dry my tears.
Well, how about I'll
Uh-huh.
wait for you here. Come pick me up when you're done,
Okay.
and we can go back down together.
Okay, that sounds good. I think we were planning on meeting up with Slya outside the temple at sundown, I think. Well, that's not really the right
Sundown?
turn of phrase, I guess, but like, you know, sundown equivalent.
Oh yeah.
I
He
keep
looks at you like sundown.
it's like
That's,
I realize that
the
it's
sun,
already dark.
Eternal dusk. So I mean, fun.
Dark is
Bit of
the point.
both.
When does normal sleep time start? I don't understand. It is very new to me. I don't think I've ever been in the Feywild. My hair's
When the
getting real
dusk-
crazy.
The correct time would be when the dusk rises.
When the dusk rises, in that case. I should have said that to Slya, but I have a feeling that she probably understood me, but just didn't want to make me feel dumb and didn't correct me.
The dusk, probably. The dusk rising is when people go to sleep,
Okay.
and the dusk falling is when morning would come.
In that case, we were
Equivalent.
planning on meeting up with Slya outside the temple when the dusk is beginning to rise, I think.
Okay.
So, we'll probably
Yes.
pick you up in a few hours in that case. Are you okay with that?
That's fine with me.
Okay. Take care of yourself, Sarazar. Enjoy your cactus planting.
I'm trying to let this garden wait all to.
Ah! It's looking wonderful.
Thank you. Louis, are you alright?
Yeah, yes. It's
I like your flowers.
Boy, where did you get that red dahlia? It looks really good on you.
I stole it from the rat.
What?
Inexplicably, a red dahlia appears.
Oh no, Karul is on her tail.
On my tail.
Louis, if you don't quite find the fighting style you're looking for, I can always spar with you.
Okay.
Right then, I'll see you at dusk rise.
Alright. Until dusk rise!
Until dusk rise.
And
Okay,
we'll
and you begin
head
to
off.
make your ways out of the temple. Okay.
I'll wave to the
So-
elven man as we walk out.
He waves back. He's half elven, sorry.
The half-elven man.
Yes, before you.
The half-elven man before me.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna peel off this bloody tape on my iPad because it's hurting my eyes. Okay. So,
Cute.
So big.
this is my ginger romantic washi tape.
Oh,
I should say
nice.
the washi tape. Wait. Oh, will I be able to show it? Yeah.
Oh, cute!
I got it from a gashapon machine.
Oh. Cute.
Fun stuff.
Alright.
Anyway. So, the rest of your journey doesn't take that long at all.
Mhm.
And you find yourselves at the entrance to the Five Spires. The same sort of circular building, the Five Spires around it as you were. The door is closed. You go to the steps. You go up the steps leading up to it and knock on the front door. And a moment later, it is opened for you by a small woman who you recognize as the initiate.
Hello, initiate.
You're back already. Hello.
Yes, I'm really
Are you
eager.
returning for more training?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Give me a moment. And she slowly closes the door and leaves you outside, and you hear footsteps. A moment later, she returns, and the door opens again. Come on in, and you brought a friend.
You are lagging, Emma.
It's been doing very well until this point.
Yeah, welcome back. I can hear you again. The door opens and
the door opens again, and she says, "Oh, and you brought a friend with you this time?"
Yes, this is my friend Bluey.
Hello.
Bluey, are you a female?
I think so.
Cool, then you can come in. Okay.
And we enter.
This is no boys club.
No boys.
No boys. No boys, just the ladies.
No trash inside. Sorry.
Leave your trash at the door now. No. Oh.
We see how.
Leave your rubbish at the door. Oh my goodness, that's pretty funny.
Take your trash home with you. That's what they tell us in Japan. Everywhere we go. Don't leave your trash here. Take it home with you. So dumb.
Alright.
Anyway, I can throw away my used batteries, but if I have a bento, I've got to take it home. What does that even fucking mean? Japan! Anyway, you enter into the Five Spires, and it is much unchanged as you when you hear a dig. And as you enter in, you realise it's a little bit less busy than before. People appear to be on break. People appear to be sitting around the dojo, moving between the different spires where there are different. Each spire seems to have its own function. Like one seems to have food stores, some seem to have sleeping spaces, and they're just making their way around. There's not too many people here, but you do see leaning against a pillar, just closing her eyes for a moment, is Vanya, who you met before.
Okay.
Do you approach her?
I'll kind of I can see that she's got her eyes closed, so I'll very slowly approach in the general direction, into the vicinity of where she's currently residing, and I'll also point out to Blue, Vanya, and I'll say, that's the enemy that I fought in the ring.
Oh yeah.
My mentor.
She is huge.
She's
She
fierce.
is quite fierce looking.
And she's even more fierce than she looks. I think she thought that she went easy on me or something, but she would have killed me had I not death warded myself. So
you can tell actually it was the opposite. She wasn't going. She was doing this to get it done quickly.
Okay. Because I got the impression from when she said oh, I wouldn't have killed you. I was thinking but I death warded this.
When when you go unconscious, you don't die.
Yeah.
You just go unconscious. Just so you're aware.
Wouldn't I start rolling death rolls?
Death saves,
Yeah.
but only if you knew the fight stops when one goes down, right? Or when someone so you would have been immediately healed.
Yeah.
I've read up on the rules, and you can sort of specify when you attack someone to not kill them, but have them unconscious instead.
Non-lethal damage. Not
okay, I get you.
not with spells though. Only with melee weapons, fisticuffs, that kind of thing.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Alright,
Oops.
cool.
Cool. So you slowly approach.
I'll kind of wander around, but I'll keep an eye on her to see if she's gonna open her eyes or not.
Blue's trying to be almost bodyguard, sort of behind Nev's shoulder.
Do you think
sort of
do you think she's sleeping? Should we bother her? I don't know. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe we're intruding.
I'm awake.
Oh, hello. Hi. Sorry.
You're back again.
Yes.
Good to see you, bro.
I'm ready for more. I wanted to come back, and I brought a friend.
I recognize you from the.
Just outside.
No. I saw you. You were watching the fights, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, I was watching Neff try her hardest, but
Tried. I mean,
how to try different.
How to try different.
That's such a good way of putting
Is common perhaps your second language?
I mean, well, actually, it's my first. Wait, what?
It would be your first language, technically.
And I look, in my mind, it's the first language because then it's like, because anyway.
I was joking. Sorry if I offended you. Don't worry.
Oh.
So I'm assuming the reason you're back here is to train a bit more?
Yes, I would like to strike fear in the hearts of my enemies in the distant future, maybe, hopefully. Or at least I would like to begin my path in that direction. So yes, for more training.
I like your enthusiasm. All right, get in there.
It's to make up for my lack of strength. Alright.
Okay. You know, last time I only kind of hit at you. We never actually saw what you do. What is your specialty? Both of you, actually. What are your specialties?
Well, I mean, specialty-wise, I can heal. Aside from that, I don't really have much else that I'm really good at. I could do healing, and that's kind of it. I can summon like a sort of like a phantom magic weapon, but it's not quite as powerful as maybe just a very big sword would be. And I don't know. I mean, when we had our fight, I death warded myself just in case, and I mean that's kind of what that's my thing. But I figured because I'm extremely lacking in this area, I wanted to just you know, learn a little bit more about the arts of combat.
Well, I mean, also you're good at like sort of knowing when to step in, and you out for things, and like you heal, but you heal like really well.
Oh, thanks, Bluey.
Okay.
I'm great sword, and I can also sort of punch, but
Bluey is really strong.
You're strong. Sounds like a challenge. I like that. Okay. So, first to you, Neff. If you wanted to attack someone, to hurt someone,
yes,
or in defense of yourself, of course, what would you do?
I would punch them.
Would you actually, though?
Maybe not.
In a battle for your life.
In a battle for my life.
Yeah.
I would insult them. And maybe they'd cower at the... I'm actually not so sure. I feel like maybe
Okay, so you need some help with that. So, but then, Bluey, in a fight for your life, if you need to attack to take someone down, what would you do?
I'd swing 3 times with my sword. Maybe a 4th time if I can muster the strength. You know, sometimes I can. But
okay, that's fine. I think maybe both of you could benefit from some hand-to-hand combat. And so for Neff, we'll continue what we started. We'll continue what we started the other day. And Bluey, hopefully we can show you a thing or two. Now you both need to change. This is not acceptable.
I can only be a tiefling. I can't change myself. I'm sorry.
I meant.
Oh no! Oh, I understand. I'm so sorry. I'll go change my clothes.
Okay, and she sort of pulls 2 bundles from a storage unit, and they should probably fit. So, here you go.
Thank you. Is there a place I should? Is there a designated area for changing?
There's a room over there. We're all women here.
Alright, okay.
It's true. This is like.
So you all put on these clothes, which are these. It's similar to what you saw the initiate wearing. These sort of loose-fitting, kind of burnt umber, sort of reddish trousers, and this black top. There is a sash that goes around your waist very loosely, but you start putting it on, and Vanya says, "Actually, that's just ceremonial. You don't need to wear that one right now." Okay. So, how about I show you just basic punching?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, come here. You stand there, and Blue, she positions you. You stand there. Neff, she positions you to the right. Okay, so the key for our style of punching is ignition.
Aha.
Now, we don't just punch, we use flame. And in order to get the flame started, you need a point of ignition.
Aha.
So every punch starts like this. Clap between the punches. There you go.
I didn't see any flames.
So-
Am I doing it wrong?
You're doing it fine.
Oh, okay.
This style is pretty common down in Triftoya, but we've sort of made it our own up here. Now, the way you punch is, and she surges, hits you twice, Neff.
Oh.
So, Neff, I need you to tell me. Oh. She kind of pulls it at the final moment. A 12 doesn't hit, does it?
No, it doesn't, thankfully.
No. She kind of punches just to the left of your face. There's a sort of a brush of skin against skin, and at that point, a small, subtle burning sensation.
Oh.
It doesn't hurt necessarily, but like, and then one to the side of your stomach. Again, it doesn't quite hit you, but it just scrapes against you, showing you where it would hit, and
Okay.
that's trail of smoke ever so slightly.
Oh.
And
Oh.
then like this, and then she whirls around and Bluey, pop, pop, one to the chest and one palm to the face, and you're pushed back slightly. 15 doesn't hit you, but can you please make me a strength save? You should be fine with that.
Ooh, I think it's an 18.
Okay, so with that, you are pushed ever so slightly, but you manage to hold yourself. She looks at you. Good. And then she resumes back to the original. And you see that where you guys have been like clapping in between going to your punching, she's literally just barely even touching palms. But you get in there. And she says, I'll teach you that combo. 2 punches, enough to stun your opponent. How about that?
Oh. Okay.
And she says, fire might be a bit advanced for you at the moment. Let's just leave it at this. And she sort of shows you the move. And I'll have both of you guys make. Can you guys make me 3 dexterity checks? Just roll me the first one.
Okay. Dexterity check. Let's see. Oh no, it's a 6 is the first one.
6 for Neff, and then for Bluey.
I guess that makes sense.
Double check Dex.
Yep.
It's an in-character dex.
16.
16. Good. Okay. Bluey, you are more sort of honed in to martial combat. You know the sort of ins and outs of a battle and how to fight properly. So you can fall into a stance of some kind, even if it's not the right kind of stance for this martial art. It only takes a few adjustments for you to get into position. Neff, however, you're losing your balance. You're not sure. You've got your thumbs like inside your palms, and like Vanya's got to come around and like open your hands on the outside and like all that stuff.
Mhm.
And she sort of like puts one hand on your waist and one hand on your shoulder and turns you. She's like, this is the better way forwards. And she gives you a pat on the back. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Next. It's all right. Next. You're going to focus in. And it's that transition here that I want you to try and perfect.
That's how I would never probably do it. This is fun.
And okay, can you guys make another dexterity check? Bluey, you can make this one with advantage because
It's a 7.
I'll spend
7.
It's improved. It's better than the first one.
Oh, they're both 6, so that's 8 and 11.
11. Okay. Good dex. Okay. With an 11, it's harder than it looks to sort of quickly go from like what appears to be a clap to a punch. And what you guys are losing at the end is that momentum, the velocity of the punch. You can't carry through the power that you had at the beginning naturally through that move. And Neff especially, you find it hard. After a couple of tries, Bluey, you manage to kind of get a smooth movement, and you can feel as you sort of channel through, there is a power sort of pushes you forwards, as if there is something here. You're learning something, but it's not quite. You're not quite there. It's going to take time. Neff, you don't even feel that at all.
Ha! Ha! Hiya!
Okay, we will. Let's move on. It's not easy.
I think I'm getting the hang of this. Hiya! Ha!
Okay. All right. Well, then the next thing, and she says, is pulling back to your original fighting stance. When we punch, it's easy to let the power sort of. It's easy to think that you can punch once, break their defenses, and keep pushing and pushing and pushing. But that's not what we do.
Uh-huh.
We defend here. We're giving our opponents every opportunity to stand out in between punches. That's where the clap originally came from. It's a moment, a pause, where you can assess your opponent's strength, their abilities, see whether they can continue fighting. If they can't, then you go again.
Okay, I understand.
These days, people just are relentless, and they don't pause to think about whether or not someone deserves a second chance or a moment to breathe, even if they are an enemy. So that's kind of what we're about here.
I like the sound of that. That sounds really thoughtful.
Yeah, it is until you get a bloody nose, and more often than not, the people we give that courtesy to don't give it back. So there's no worries in wailing on them after I've given it a chance.
And then you get the
It's the
sword.
build up. Then you get the sword, or she pulls some flames. These bad boys come out. She
What?
summons the flame back.
Oh my goodness, that's really cool.
Give it time, maybe you'll get here. I am a master.
And nothing happens.
Nope, nothing happens. Okay. Your final dex check, pulling back. So you try and pull back into your natural stance. Make one more dex check, please. Bluey, you've lost your advantage because it wasn't as good as good as the first one.
I'm gonna get in the zone this time. I'm gonna think about everything that I've been told just now and try
It's
to
also an 11.
really live the moment.
Okay.
It's better than before. It's 13.
13. Something about what she said, that moment, that pause to assess your opponent really did sit with you. And it's not great, but you can really feel that as you pull back, you can you do fall back into the stance that she showed you rather than the rudimentary fighting position that you're in before. Bluey, it's a bit harder because considering your fighting background, you sort of know that hitting and hitting and hitting is like the way to sort of win. It's a way of life, right? Hit. But there's something to it. There's something to what she's saying, and you are able to pull back and fall back into that stance. She says, it's pretty good. Now we'll drill that, say 1,000 times?
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Great. Those 3 moves over and over again. I'll watch you. And you drill it over and over and over and over. Now I need you all to both make some little constitution checks.
All right. Let's do it.
It's about an hour in when you've done this over and over and over and over.
Come on, dice, please. Oh no, this is really bad. It's a 4.
4 and?
A 19.
Okay.
I'm like on the ground. No more.
You're fine. Pushing through. But Neff, you kind of collapse. And Vanya's there to like, okay. And props you up. And she's like, all right, how about I take you to lie down? You. And she does Blue. You keep going. I like how you're progressing.
Okay.
We'll have Hilda, and she calls over this small child who's like half the size of you, but has like the ceremonial sash tied around her and this look of ferociousness in her eyes.
Ooh.
This tiny child just goes, "Yes, master. Keep an eye on this one's progress." Okay. And she turns around, and Bluey, the moment that Vanya begins to lead Neff, you hear, "You're doing it wrong. No, more like this. Look how I'm showing you." And you feel her beginning to try and reach up and correct your position, even though she's so small. And you she kind of climbs up on your back. It's like, your fists like this. And this is kind of how it is for you now.
Good luck, Bluey.
Do you want to make one more dex check for me, just to see whether her tutelage actually did? You can do this one with advantage.
Okay. So that would have been an 11, but maybe it's more. It's a 12.
A 12. She's like, "That's slightly better, but only adequate." And that's what you kind of hear, fading off into the distance.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to say to that, Bluey?
I'm not sure what I'm getting wrong.
You'll be fine if you listen to what I say. Go, do it, go, do it.
What is it? I just fucking... Like...
Ooh, nice Bluey.
Right. Neff, Vanya kind of takes you to what appears to be some kind of medical area / sort of resting room. It's completely empty.
Mm-hmm. Is she carrying me there?
She's sort of helping you. She's not carrying you like princess stuff.
Okay.
You just got an arm over your shoulder. She sits you down and she gets a cold press and hands it over to you, and she leans back and she says, "Well, you're trying hardest, so
it is really hard.
For that. It is. I've been doing this for a really long time, so I mean, don't push yourself to get to this level yet."
Okay, thank you for helping me. I really appreciate it. I feel like I'm gonna faint.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to? And she kind of puts a hand on your back. How's that?
Yeah, it feels. It's kind of drifting a little bit. I roll a 2 on the dice. So it's almost not one.
She gets up once she's sort of made sure you're not going to fall over, and she brings you tea. Ooh. This usually does the trick.
Oh,
you drink a bit of it.
Thank you.
And it's so spiced and gingery that it you're immediately so alert.
Oh, I'm back. Oh,
you back? Yes.
The world is so clear now. Do you have some water? I think I really need to drink.
Sure. And she gives you her water skin.
Oh, thank you. Glug, 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 glug.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're alright. So why do you want to learn how to fight?
Well, I thought you were really impressive, and I don't know. Seeing the way you fought against me was really motivating in a way. But I think I don't know. It's something I've never really tried before, and it seems like I don't know. I think it just sounds nice to me for some reason. It's hard to explain or put into words, but it feels good to be active. I haven't really ever done anything like this in my entire life. I've kind of worked as sort of a librarian of sorts for most of my existence, and
librarian
and as an acolyte as well. So I haven't done a whole lot of combat.
I can't really imagine you being in a library. It seems too quiet.
Well, not when I'm around. Yeah, I have some.
So why did you leave
memories.
your library?
Well, circumstantially, a lot of things were going on at the time. How much do you know about the material plane?
Not much.
Well, okay, look, I've got a load of information. I've got these documents here that I've pre-written. I'm from, I guess from here, it's probably a faraway land in some sense of Kalkarn, my homeland. I sort of grew up in a temple, and, well, there was some conflict eventually that occurred, I had to be moved, and I hit my head on the way from there, and then I lost my memory, and then I lived in a prayer for a while, and then my memory slowly started coming back, and now I've got a lot of them back, and the place where I grew up is kind of destroyed and desolate, and my home is also being occupied by the Sphinx of Death at the moment, so we're kind of in a weird position, but I'm just sort of a wanderer at this point with my group of friends.
I'm starting to understand why you need to fight.
Yeah, it's a kind of...
It sounds like you've got a lot on your plate.
It's an unpredictable situation, and I want to protect my friends, for I love them all very much, and I don't want to see them come to harm. And anything that I can do to help that not become a reality is something that I want to pursue, I think. Yeah, that's sort of what
I like that.
thinking.
It's fair enough.
What makes you want to fight?
At first it was just circumstance, and then money, and then it was a job, and then I started actually caring about it, and that's when the fire kicked in.
Okay, I like the fire.
Thanks. She kind of moves a little bit closer and sits down next to you and says, "So you came here to train?"
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I could... I mean, if you'd be so kind as to have me, that maybe sometime in the near future I could come back and maybe train a little bit more full-time for a few months or so.
Yeah, I think that we can arrange that. But, just gets a little bit closer.
Nev
That'll be the only reason you came here?
Nev kind of blushes a little bit as she's scooting closer, and she's kind of averting her eyes at this point. Well, you have, like, a really nice establishment. It's very regally built, and she's kind of avoiding eye contact.
I'll look into having you here for a few months.
Okay.
So we can arrange that.
Okay, thank
you.
you.
Gets up. When you need to come out, feel free. And she leaves.
And Nev kind of lets go of a breath she didn't really know she was holding. Okay. Man, this must be some strong tea.
And fading off into the distance as you guys finish all your drills. Slyer and who are now in the same building. Where is All-Star? Hello, Lily.
Shit, sorry. I spilled the dice sauce.
Okay. So. Okay, so Slyer and All-Star, as you both in your respective areas of the seat of the Sealy Court begin to move back towards the main room you entered into, you cross paths. Slyer, you see All-Star leaving the room with the Attorney General, and All-Star, you see Slyer. Aylin?
Can you hear me?
Your camera's not on.
I know. But
have you said anything yet?
Yeah, okay, hang on.
No, we can't hear you.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Cool. Sorry. I think I'm the echo.
I can't hear an echo.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Technical difficulty. So I'll kind of wave at Brian.
Brian's gonna walk up to Slayer and ask, "Can I send a message from you?"
Sure.
I've forgotten what he was gonna say, to be honest. To my father, can you ask him, did I kill you? Don't ask.
Okay. She'll send that, and she's also going to sign it with Brian's name.
Roll a D100 for me.
Yep. 72.
The message sends. No problem. A moment passes. And you hear a voice in your head say, Ulster, come home, and I will explain everything.
Okay. It tells Brian word for word.
I need to leave. You can tell the others where I went. And he goes.
Okay.
All right, so you go out of the building. All right, Slyer. As you're wandering through the, as you're standing, in the, entrance to this building, there is a moment of just kind of silence, and it's strange because you've been hearing from other areas of the building, from rooms, from the people sort of who've been sort of slowly milling around the area, whispers and chatting, and then silence. And you turn around and you can sort of see why. Entering into this area, you see a group of 12 tall female drow figures, led by one in particular. Along with them is someone you recognize, Zarina Dehane. She is walking by their side, and she clocks you, and she gives you a nod, and pushes forward to sort of greet you first. Slyer, I believe Leander spoke to you already.
He did.
Okay. This, and she turns, is oh my gosh, where's the last name? Oh my god. Sorry, I wrote the last name in the wrong place. Where is it? Oh my god. Sorry, lol. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is the drow vassal, Talis Kalorin. She has been sent here to, shall we say, preside over the drow's side of justice in this matter. She wishes to speak with you.
Slya will give a. Okay. Would she know kind of what any sort of formal type, like curtsy
Greeting
type
or
thing? Yeah.
for drow? No. And specifically, you wouldn't know how to.
Okay.
You
Could
can
I-
you can be polite with just a sort of regular like curtsy if you want to.
Okay. Then yeah, that is.
She raises an eyebrow.
Keeping her face neutral.
She turns to Zarina and says, "Where can we speak?" And Zarina says, "I'll prepare a room for you somewhere. The meeting chambers. Let me fetch my husband first." And she moves away, back the way they came from. and you are left alone with these drow women, and you can sort of feel them all picking you apart with their eyes, like kind of assessing every aspect of you, from your clothing to your expression to your hairstyle to your mannerisms to your horns, and you just feel this. You feel like you're under a microscope in front of them. And as you sort of take a step back and you kind of try and relax, I'm assuming, how are you responding to them in this area?
She's it's the same kind of body language as she was presenting with Sinestre and Bashar. Very just kind of like not necessarily cold, but intentionally neutral, not giving anything away.
Okay.
But would she recognize any of the features of any of them?
You recognize two people here, if that's what you're
Okay.
asking, sorry.
Yep.
Who are Sinestre and Vishar.
Okay. And then there's 10 other unfamiliar.
Yeah. 10 other
Okay.
unfamiliar people. As you watch Leander and Zarina return, Leander nods to you and gestures towards the hallway you came from. The drow first begin to move towards the area. And as you start to move, Zarina stops you and she turns you around and she says, "Have you seen All-Star? I wanted to catch him. I have something very important to tell him."
Yes. I had me send a message to his father. The king told him to return home.
Is he returning now?
Yes. I believe so.
Okay, she rushes off to the only place she knows she can stop him from going. Okay. Station. It's congested and busy. Okay, anyway. So Slya, you turn away from her retreating form and you see that Leander is waiting for you. Do you enter in?
Yes, she would have waited for all the drow to pass her first. She's doing her best to basically show them all due deference. It's really part of it.
Okay. No. You walk in and there's been a place left for you opposite the sort of same area you were standing in when you made your testimony, opposite everyone in sort of like this half moon shape so they can look down on you. Leander stands behind you as he closes the door, and you are alone in this, well, essentially alone other than Leander, and I'd say there's probably a guard in here as well, with all the drow. And there is a moment where nobody says anything, and you can sort of see them still, that assessing look, trying to figure you out. And then Tallis stands. And she's this woman she's very tall and quite spindly. Her wrists and her fingers are long and thin. She has long white hair arranged into 8 delicate braids. She's tightly clothed from neck to wrist, wearing only red, black, and purple, with a long cloak over, obscuring the rest of her form. Other than Sinestra and Bashar, the other 9 women all wear the same, if better quality, armor and tabard that Faerun used to wear. And they all have this sort of look of distaste on their faces. They don't necessarily want to be him. Tallis stands and she looks down at you and she says, "I'm sure you're aware of why we were summoned here."
I am.
Good. I do not need to waste time explaining to you then. You know who I am. Talis Kaloin. I'm the vassal for the Drow state who has been chosen to come here. For the last few days, we have been in talks with that man, the Chief Justice. And his offer to take part in this trial has piqued our interest enough to force us somewhere like this. She looks around in distaste. But we were not ready to relinquish such a prize and hand it so readily over to the Feywild. So, we have come to take part in this trial. We do not know how long it will take for us to come to an agreement, to fully understand what it means to have a trial where two courts join as one. But there is one thing which is certain, and that is that you are part Drow, living on the surface, the daughter of a deserter. As I have been informed, I know the extent of your mother's crimes from my associates, and she nods over to Sinistra and Bashar. Someone's about to come in. Who is it? Hey, Matt. We're playing D&D. Can you close the door behind you? Thank you. Before I proceed, can I ask, do you have anything to say? Anything to say for yourself? Anything to say for your mother before I tell you what I intend?
Sorry, some of that cut out because my Discord's freezing a little bit.
What was the last thing you heard?
It was, does she have any, right before, does she have anything to say, and then just the end of that statement?
Before I tell you what I intend.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Before I tell you what I intend.
Okay. And then, do I have anything to say in defense of myself and my mother?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Missed that.
Sorry, what?
I missed that.
Frozen.
What did you say?
Oh, okay. Can I insight check her?
Oh, sure.
That'd be great. It's an 11.
11. Mm-mm. You can't read a thing on her face.
Yep. Fun fact, that's as low as I can roll without it being a nat 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything that I could say that would change your mind?
I do not know that my mind needs to be changed, you see. I'm just interested to hear your point of view. Honestly, I am. What do you have to say about...
May I ask of your intent first?
The deserter, Shanzia Kinskaya, has been erased from our history. She will never again be welcomed into our society. However, she is no longer, by natural law, ours to command. She has spent the majority of her life raising you up here. Therefore, we will respect the laws of your surface land. They can have her. However, this does not mean that your potential has to go to waste. I've heard firsthand what you can do from these. She nods to Sinestra and Bashar. We would like to offer you a chance to earn your place with us. Just because you were taken does not mean it was your choice.
Sorry.
You had a purpose.
My expression is not changing. I'm just giggling.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You had a purpose once that could no longer be fulfilled, not in the way that we wanted, but you've grown into something that could be honed, could be enhanced if you spend some time with us.
Okay. And what all would that entail?
Let's say it does not have to be a long-term place, but you would return with us to Batar, learn what you can from our acolyte, learn about our society, learn who we really are, and then you can make your own decision. For us, it is a win-win. If you say yes, and you come, and you experience our lives, and you decide to stay, then we have you an asset. If you decide to leave, we have someone who can vouch for us on top side.
Your terms are acceptable.
But I feel like there is a hesitancy in your tone. What concerns you still?
Slya kind of, her eyes dart open. Star is in particular.
There were concerns from those topside that you would be harmed, but I assure you this will not happen. I think that you are smart enough to understand the position you would be in if you were down.
Slya just kind of nods.
You do not have to decide now either. You can take time for this. So long as you are in Viseros, the choice is yours. When you leave, I will take this off the table. And your inclusion in Drow society ends. You will never again be welcomed in among our ranks or in our cities.
Sorry, part of that cut out.
You'll never again be welcomed among
It
our
was
ranks.
just before that.
Your inclusion in Drow society ends. You'll never again be included or invited into our cities, or something along those lines.
I'm so sorry that my Discord froze again.
What was the last thing you heard?
There was something between you'll never be invited in to our cities again, and then to this. Was there a question or did?
No, she didn't say anything else.
Okay. I would like to learn.
Good. Well then, we will discuss this further with you. When she looks around, you can see Vishara is kind of like staring you down a bit. Sinestri looks interested. Perhaps she didn't think you would accept. When we can speak alone, and we have sorted out the situation with the prisoner, I believe he is being extracted this evening.
Okay.
We will be in contact.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For your time.
And thank you for yours. I look forward to working with you. She nods to the door.
Yep. He is not going to stay any longer than necessary.
Okay. You leave, and Leander leaves with you along with the guard. As the door closes, he does put a hand on your shoulder and he stops you and he says, if you agree to this, certainly you are agreeing to learn about Drow society and how to live among them should you wish. But I think you are aware, I just wanted to clarify. You know that you would essentially be a hostage until the trial is fully completed.
I'm aware.
And you still wish to go?
Yes.
Well, then I hope that we could prepare you for that in the next few days.
Thank you for your concern.
No worries. And I'll find All-Star later, but I think my wife has already made him aware. And I think you should know too. Tonight, we release him.
Oh.
All right, cutting away from that, Ulster, as you leave the seat of the Sealy Court, where do you go?
He's like running to the teleportation circle, like the
Okay.
center.
Okay, so like you saw before, it is extremely congested. There are 3 teleportation circles that carry. That they every time they go at full capacity. It is a situation here, like imagine the busiest rush hour at I don't know, Shinjuku Station, right? It's trying to wade through that. And as you're rushing forward, you hear a voice calling behind you. All-Star! And you turn and you can see Zarina Dehane on the other side of the crowds, trying to wade her way forward.
He does turn to her, yeah.
She looks like she's trying to catch up with you. Do you wait for her, or do you keep pushing forwards?
I think he slows down, but he's still going forwards.
Okay. She manages to kind of push through to the chagrin of all these other people trying to get through the teleportation zone. And she puts a hand on your shoulder. Ulster, where are you going?
I am going home. I have to go.
It's time. I was only able to buy you a moment, but if you want to speak with Karul alone, the time is now. There will be no second chance.
before, after? Can you send me to the Messiah after?
The teleportation circles will always be here. I can do anything. I do not know whether I'll have the strength to, but I can bring you here.
Speaking to Karul now. Right now.
You can have a moment, but we intend to release him tonight into the circle for his own testimony.
Okay. And I would say Brian looks pretty unhinged, but he's gonna stay for Karul.
Okay. She leads you forward back into the building. Slayer is no longer there. Through towards the staircase, down a set of mahogany stairs, and towards the door. It seems unassuming, but standing outside it, similarly dressed, are two more sorcerers you recognize from the Dehane estate, who appear to have moved their whole operation to here. Serena looks at you. She nods, squeezes your shoulder, and opens the door. And you see on the floor a locket in the center of the most elaborate magic circle you've ever seen. Around the room, there are no less than 10 sorcerers standing, waiting. They all appear to be combat ready. And Zarina herself stands at the doorway and says, if it was a private audience you wanted, this is the best to do.
Okay. How do we let him out?
I'll see to that. And she raises a hand. Are you ready? She raises a hand. And you see the locket click. And there's a moment where everything's sort of silent. And nothing happens for a moment. And you think, he's not in there. We lost him again. And then the figure begins to form. You recognize everything down to the rings on the fingers. Nothing much has changed. Except now, when before he looked at you and you saw in his eyes glee, joy that he had this weapon at his fingertips. Now you only see disappointment. Hello again. And that's where we're going to pick up next session. So.
Oh my goodness.
If we get into it now, we'll be here for 4 years.
For 84
you have
years.
time, Lily. You have time to write the paragraph of your dreams. Tear him to shreds.
Oh my god.
I'm remembering the Sarahzo paragraph, and I wanted to see that, but I wanted to see the Karul paragraph even more.
Ah, yes, the Saragraph.
I'm excited.
There is no Karul paragraph yet, so wait.
Well, now you have time to actually do that.
We've had a
Starting
Saragraph,
next
but not a
week.
paragraph yet.
Yeah. Starting next week, we're going to be back at our regular times. So, Tokyo, where are you?
Is that 8 p.m. now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
6
should be
p.m.
okay. 6 p.m. for me, 8 p.m. for you guys.
6 p.m. Tokyo.
And then,
This is my last session in Sydney next time.
oh,
Oh.
my This is my last session in the UK for I don't know how long. So
Aw.
sad. Bye UK. I'll definitely be back in August 2021, but I don't know when I'll be back before then. So it's a long
I'll
time.
be in England to live in September 2021. Stay tuned.
I will be
Hells
here
yeah.
in my room with Big Audrey in the background for the foreseeable future.
Oh.
Ditto, but with Pikachu.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know where. I don't know what my backdrop will look like.
Hopefully it'll be somewhere in Edinburgh.
Haha.
At least that's my hope. I want to be somewhere in Edinburgh.
Go to Edinburgh.
Anyway, yeah.
Terrorize Edinburgh. Rah. Sorry.
Anyway, guys, I've got to rush.
All
'cause-
good. Much love, Emma. Thanks for hosting the session as always.
Yes.
Thanks so much, guys. This was a great session. I loved it, and I'm so excited to get to the angst next week. All right.
Ready for it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.